Well, I feel like you're doing a lot as well in life, I guess, preparing yourself, getting experience.
Yeah.
Like, we've talked about this a lot, like all the different projects you're working on.
Yeah.
And I feel like based on you trying everything out, like from racing to this MDP to like also working with ROOKI and doing all these different things, like, I guess, what have you learned about the landscape of all the options people have to, get experience, get the resume up? Like, you're probably a master at this now.
I feel like a year ago, if you asked me, I would have been like, I'm a freshman, I can't do anything. Like, what do I do? Like, I can't get all these internships, not even because I couldn't, literally, like, just, like, I'm not graduating in that time, like, whatever. And now I'm, like, there are way too many things to pick from. Like, I don't even know it. Somebody just needs to tell me what to do because, like, there's, like, 100 different clubs you could do. There's 100 different research things you could do at Michigan. There's a million internships you can just apply to. So I feel like for the first time, I'm not just, like, taking the opportunities that come to me, but I can, like, go out and actually go do something I want to do. And if something like what I just got, I just don't want to do, it's just not worth it. Like, there's just something else I could do that I'd want to do that'd be better for me. So
It's hard to pick. It's also hard to feel like you know what the best decision is for you because you really don't know, right? I mean, something could be so overblown and something could actually be much more valuable for whatever, for experience or resume. Because I went to my friend's club meeting 2 nights ago for New Wave Capital as kind of a joke.
I've heard
because
of that.
My friend Xander, he founded this with his friend over the summer. And I was friends with him, so I was talking to him about it, and I didn't realize how serious he was about it.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd surprise him, pull up even though I'm not in the club, because my other friend in the club told me to come. And when I was there, I saw how well conducted it was and, like, how much everyone was doing together. And it made me feel as if I wasn't taking advantage of, like, what's at Michigan, because I've not really done much with the clubs here. Maybe because I've had bad experiences before. In terms of, like, not necessarily the clubs were bad, but, like, I didn't feel like I fit in or, like, that's what I wanted. Like, I think in the fall I tried going to racing, and I just didn't feel like I was able to contribute anywhere, like, do anything. Like, it was, like, outside of my skill set because I'm not, like, coding or anything there. And when I went to hackers, it just it felt kind of, like, unorganized to me, and I felt like I wasn't really working on something I cared about or important. So I kind of just, like, dropped them both, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do my own thing.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing there's, like, I'm looking around, there's so many things I want to do now, right? Like, I've heard a lot about, like, Atlas Consulting is a lot of things my tech friends are in, and then there's, like, all these other project teams that I can get into. And for me, it's, like, there's so much to do, and I like working on, like, my own projects for sure, like ROOKI and stuff, but I also feel like there's stuff at Michigan I'm not taking advantage of, and I don't know if, like, that's something I should be doing more, like, this year or next year.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, I was in, like, the exact same boat with racing and hackers, and I know I did probably about the same with racing, but a little bit more with hackers. Like, I don't know, in ways both of them felt like I was doing them because I needed to. And you good? All right, anyways, yeah, I had to, like, click so many different things, but
yeah, what were you saying? I told you not to lose your thought.
I swear I wouldn't forget. I swore I wouldn't forget. Club meetings, yeah. Like,
yeah,
hackers and racing.
Anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I realized last year was, like, I was doing them because I need to do them. I need something in my resume. I need something to get me experience. But there's only so many times I could force myself to go to something that I didn't want to do. Because especially, I think one big difference between, like, business clubs and engineering clubs is, like, business clubs is all about, like, getting into the club, and then you're there, and it's a little bit more structured. Engineering is much more, we need everybody we can get. Here's when our normal meetings are. But between the mass meeting every week and your sub-team meeting, nobody does any, like, building or anything, any engineering. It's just talking about what you've done the rest of the week. So you just have to spend, like, so much time outside of that working on it, like racing. Those people spend so much time outside of it working on it. I, like, major respect for those people that are there until, like, 2 a.m. Like, just not me, not with that project, not with that team. I don't know. Doing MRover, which is, like,
Is that better?
I like it more. I like the team I'm on a lot. It's a much more fitting, like, embedded software, which is, right where I want to be in between software and hardware. It's a little bit more relaxed than racing. I feel like it'll be easier for me to, like, actually make a contribution to that team that's, like I did this, but beyond that, just learn a lot more about it. I like the team lead a lot, which is really good. So, I don't know. I have a good time with that. The meeting times can be hard for these clubs, too, because it's always, like, 7 to 9 p.m. on like a Thursday.
I hate
it's
those fucking driving up the north. I'm like, come on.
That's what I know. And I don't know when else they're supposed to do them, you know? But the issue is there's 3 a week, right? And it's like making like a 12 to 3 on Sunday plus 2 7 to 9s is like just so hard.
12 to 3 on Sunday is crazy too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't always stay the whole time. They don't always last the whole time, but
yeah,
it's kind of what you make of it, I guess.
So I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to hardware. So I know when I'm working on software, I know what I'm doing, like I'm coding, right? When you're working on hardware, is it mainly like CADing stuff, or like is it mainly softwares online where you're kind of designing stuff, or how much of it is actual physical, like putting shit together?
Yeah,
What does it mean to work on hardware? Like, what's the workflow and process like?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a step.
What's embedded software? You can start with that.
I'm gonna take a step back. The step back is that, you know, I always have to explain when I say computer engineering and not science to people, like what that means. And I think like most people that do engineering know like, oh, like computer science is just straight coding. Computer engineering is like, you know, more hardware related. But if it was just hardware, it'd just be an electrical degree. That's, you know, most like real hardware pieces aren't made by a computer engineer. It'd be, you know, electrical engineering. So I feel like computer engineering is just like I just do a good amount of both of those classes. I learn about both. And embedded is like the intersection of, you know, all these different forms of hardware need to be coded to be used, right? Whether it's in robotics and you're, you know, coding it to do these functions, or whether it's, you know, to be in a computer to do this XYZ. You know, coding software on a laptop is a lot different than like, you know, hard coding, like this low-level embedded coding. So I feel like that's a pretty general like synopsis of the difference between just normal software. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like you asked another question. I just completely forgot.
No. I'm just curious about like what your workflow is like. Okay, I'm gonna work on like, okay, like how does how does a robot fucking use code on my computer to do this? Like I don't know the connection.
Yeah, no, I feel like I've said, I've always just done software, but I did a computer engineering degree because not only like do I think comp sci is like pretty saturated in that, but if I want to do comp sci, I can with the degree. But I have like a more advanced degree that I could go into more hardware stuff and just general engineering. So it's kind of like more well-rounded in my eyes, at least for myself. It makes more sense. I understand if you really don't, like, you just know what you want to do, go do that, right? But I wasn't like dead set on like what type of coding. Like I do web coding, I do machine learning. I'm now learning like this like embedded, and they're all pretty different, and I like all of them. So like trying to figure that out. But yeah, like how it works, I guess. I mean, I don't know the most. I've just started taking these like circuitry classes and whatnot. So honestly, it's pretty crazy that people just like made this shit out of like rocks. I'm not gonna lie. Like all these like small boards that are like fabricated with these like super small transistors and whatnot. Just a lot of like moving electricity around. I don't really know how that stuff works. I don't think I ever really will. But I think I can learn how to code it better. I'm only on like the surface of that, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah. There's just like they all have like different, you know, like every different like, you know, board has like different ports and different functions and different things that do different things. But it's not like, I don't know, you can still like control it with code.
It's really is fascinating.
Yeah. I don't think I know enough. I feel like one fascinating thing, I'd have to pull it up. She could pull it up on the screen.
You could.
Is it's from my like EX 215. It was like day 1 of class, and he showed us this like page of all of the different like transistor sizes on like I'm gonna pull this up on my phone for 1 second, and then we'll find it on the screen.
You can airdrop to my Mac too if you want.
All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can airdrop to your Mac. Let's do that. It was like crazy, but it was such a good, even beyond like the class, just analogy of just like technology and where it's gone so far, and where
it makes you think bigger about everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like how do you make this mic, bro? So much shit going on to make this mic.
Yeah, I don't even know.
And that's why engineering is so cool to me, because you need it for literally everything, whether it's your creatine pill, like that's engineering, computer, this building. It's all, you know, it's such a useful skill to have, I think. It's probably the most versatile.
I have no idea where this is.
Found it.
What? Where would this be? If I don't find it, I don't find it.
It's all good. Let's see if I can find a photo of what you're looking for. Transistor sizes?
It'd be like... It's like transistors on something like per year.
Over
I
time?
don't know if it's just like, yeah, like transistor size over time. It's like how many just fits on like a. Oh yeah, go to the purple one, KLA.
Here?
Yeah, try that. Let's see if that has it.
I need to do a screen recording.
Oh yeah.
Hold
This
up.
will have it.
QuickTime Player. Screen.
Actually, this isn't like as good of a diagram.
What he showed you? Okay, yeah. So, what's cool about it? So we have.
Well, just like.
So it's the evolution of it over time.
This is just not as good of a graph. If I don't find this, it's fine.
That's okay.
I'm gonna give it like one more minute to try to find this.
Yeah.
I did not know why I can't find it.
They just show like how it evolved with time, like the old transistors and the modern
Yeah.
transistors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like this kind of. I don't know. Something like this, Connor. I don't know. I'm a man.
Damn.
Anyways.
Maybe I'm not in this lecture and I'm forgetting which lecture I'm in.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's so much to do in this world, and are you clear about your path yet?
No.
Could you give me a walkthrough of like all the things you're doing in life right now? It's like I'm just curious.
Yeah. What's your whole life like? You know,
It's
just
like
give me the whole
you're working on a
rundown.
lot of projects right now, so
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
you're
Like,
not
what are all the
wrong.
things you've dabbled in?
I give up. That's so stupid. I can't believe I couldn't find that.
It's all good.
Whatever. Dabbling. What am I doing? Yeah, I kind of switched away. I went to like the first few hackers meetings, but I have enough just like random coding experience. If I want to do more of that, I could. MRover takes most of the club time. Like the meetings are at
Do
the
you,
same
do you
time.
think hackers are more for like people who are just trying to work on projects who don't really know how to do shit, or like trying
Yeah.
to figure out how to do shit?
I feel like that's a good way to put it, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's organized enough on the surface level that there's a team, they meet every week, you do this, you have the sub-teams, and those are, they have their leaders, whatever. But, what's the point in, joining a sub-team to do a project that you don't complete? I feel like certain things, if you're in the middle of doing something, maybe you can put that on a resume if you've like done enough so far, if it's like a pretty big thing you've been doing for a while, like fair enough. If you're not done, that's fine. But other things, it's like, how can you say like I did a project 90%, right? I don't really know. So you didn't complete it. Like that doesn't show that you like know how to do that you have like any drive to do. I don't know. Anyways, so enough hackers. So now club wise, mostly just MRover. It's like 3 times a week.
What is MRover? You guys are building like
a rover.
How big is
yeah.
it? Is it like a life size?
I low-key haven't been around it a lot.
Okay.
But, I mean, how it works is with most robotics competitions is like every year is a bunch of different challenges. So, like, the base rover is going to be the same pretty much every year. But, like, you change the wheels, change the arm attachments, change these different attachments for the different, like, tasks that you have to do every year, update different things. So, it's a lot of just building off of previous versions, but...
And, okay, so they're measured based on different criteria, like, task-wise.
Yeah,
it's not
like
a
it goes
race.
out in like the middle of Utah and just does all these different like tasks.
That's pretty cool.
Like I don't know. Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like I haven't done enough with it yet. Like
Okay.
I like finally got through my like starter projects for the team or whatever, just like learning how to use everything. And I've been like a like stagehand or whatever for like a few other testing things, but I think this week or next week I'll actually start like doing my own thing now that I've done all those starter things.
Yeah. Do you feel like your experience here was much better than like M racing and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I came
Significantly?
into it. Honestly, I wasn't gonna like look at it at all, but then I was like talking to ChatGPT, and it was like, yeah, like these few clubs are like, less involved versions. Because I just had this like revelation that I was like, why am I trying to join all these like coding, like data science things? Like I don't need that. I don't really want to do that. I'd rather go do this, like engineering. I think I just like shied away because I just had that bad experience. Or I won't call it bad, but just an experience that I know I don't want to repeat because I know the same thing would happen where I just ended up realistically not totally wasting time because I learned that I wasn't going to do that, but I don't know. So I feel like the fact that I went in knowing it's just a little bit less involvement and the people just seem a little bit more relaxed, a lot more willing to help and like involve new members, I guess. like the fact that there was like, you know, new member projects that I like had to complete is like good, because it's like now I get to learn these things. I get to meet everybody along the way. You know, I don't know, kind of figure out what's going on with the rover and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, you know, now that I'm like about to actually contribute something, I feel like I know kind of where everything's at.
So do you look forward to the rover stuff? Like, it's exciting to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always liked like space stuff, so this is like really exciting to like be on a team like this. I think I still need to meet more people on the team. Like, I feel like because I don't go to every meeting, because of just like the nature of an engineering like project team, not like talking to everybody every day, like we're not all like crazy social like that. I don't know, but it's been chill. I feel like I'm like really talking about this a lot, and I really haven't done a lot with it, so I don't want to like say too much.
That's
so
fair.
There's that. Obviously, ROOKI. I don't know how many details on that we'll get into or not.
You can talk about whatever you want, honestly. I have a big mouth, so I've talked about it a lot on the podcast.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was like, there's no way you haven't mentioned this yet on the podcast. Yeah, that's fun. I'm excited for where that will go. I feel like, you know, same deal. I had a little revelation. I was like, I was pretty much going to apply regardless, because like I can always just apply, get it, and then say no. I wouldn't want to do that to you as a friend, but like,
still,
you know, at the end of the day, if it's like a very serious thing, like, you know, it's my choice to apply, and then if I realize, you know, I can't do it, don't do it. Don't want to waste your time or mine. But I was like, this is like a perfect thing to get into, to like finally have control over some things and just like see what I can do, just see where something like this goes. I really wasn't sure how serious it was when I got in, because you just told me. Honestly, you didn't give a lot of information, but like I know you, so I was like you're a pretty motivated person with those things you do, especially when it's something that you have control over. So I was like, I'll go with it. We'll see what's up.
I'm curious about that, because when you say I didn't give much information, like, I'm curious what your impression was before, because, you know, a lot of people might not know me like the way you know me, right? So I'm curious, like, an outside person who doesn't know me, what they might think of this if I mentioned it to them. Like,
if you mentioned it to them the way you mentioned it to me, if I'd never met you before, I would have been like, you just met two dudes in an airport and you have a startup? Like, really? That's how it happened? I'm like, so you just like, you swear to God, you guys, these seniors, right? They're seniors, right? Yeah. Like, they're not like undergrads, like, who like, I don't know, trying to do all this experience, trying to learn this, trying to learn that. Like, seniors that like could just graduate from a great school next year and get a job are like working with you on a startup, and like you're gonna do all of the tech, which it's an app, which means like I understand the point of business, but like from getting something out there, right? It wasn't like, you know, a business guy that got Facebook out, right? It was him, right? He coded it. So I was like, you swear these just two guys are just gonna help you with everything? But no, like they're pretty serious too, and I don't know, I like them a lot, so.
Yeah.
I feel like yeah, A was like, who are these two random people you're working with? B was like, how many people are you trying to bring on? Like, I don't know.
I was pretty unclear about that.
And then C was like vision. Like, the broader vision of the fan stuff I like love and I get, but like, end of the day, you know, you have to narrow down how you're going to achieve those things, and I don't think that was like made clear to me at all to start. Even still, there's still some gaps.
There's some open questions. Yeah.
That's just how it is. That's what I've realized. Is like there would never not be gaps, because you could never just immediately know what it's going to be in the end. It's just like along the way you come up with things, you get feedback, you iterate and move on. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Because I did pitch this to a lot of people, right? So this is useful because a lot of people I pitched it to did not apply who I thought would. And I wonder if like the same things were going through their head, because I guess the more you mention this, the more it's like you really need to establish or show some kind of proof of like legitimacy, or like or proof that like this is worth your time.
Yeah.
And I guess that's something I'll have to think about more, because really like in the 5 minutes I explain this to someone, like what is worth kind of getting across.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of like situations where there's like you know, business guys trying to get tech guys to finish the app for them, not do anything, right? Versus like I feel like here, like we're meeting with investors, like they're doing a lot on the business side. Where like when I met them, like I had the same question in my head, was like, are these guys legit or not? And I think after getting to know them, I was like, they seem pretty serious, right? I think that's what everyone goes through their head, right? So I mean, I'll have to think about that, because as like I'm I'm in this interesting state of my life right now, because I do feel like I have a lot on my plate. Like, I think if I look at I feel like everyone has a bar, right, of their time in a week, and like everyone's like colors of like what gets filled in looks different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like some might have like 6 hours of TikTok or like whatever, right? It's like I feel like if I look at my bar, it's like, okay, I have school takes a lot of my time, social life takes a lot of my time, and then podcast takes a good amount of time, and then ROOKI takes a good amount of time, right? And it's like something in me wants to do more. Like something in me feels like I'm not doing enough, and that part of me, it's more just wants to explore, really, because I'm still so young that it's like I want to try joining like clubs around campus and like experimenting, right? But then the other side of me tells me that like whatever free time you have, just give it to ROOKI, because like I honestly feel like I need to give it a lot more time, because there's like a million things I want to do to it, and I've just not prioritized enough. Because then I also have to do recruiting for jobs, right? And I think like another side of me is saying don't apply to anything else. Like whatever free time you get, like if it's a Thanksgiving break or it's like long weekend or it's like Friday night, like put that all to ROOKI, and then prioritize that for like a period of time. Then it's like also I want to try these things out. So I'm kind of in this conflicted state right now with like how I want to spend my time, and the last thing I want to do is spread myself too thin. Yeah. But I also don't want to feel like I'm not taking advantage of like what I have around here, or like really find something that could be pretty cool.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I feel like, I don't know, like the nature of what was going on, like the first few weeks and whatnot, I was able to just like definitely not spend as much time as like I kind of thought I would originally. But that's not because I was like trying to do less. That was just the nature of what we were, the way where we were going through it and what we had to do every week. But yeah, it's kind of like shaking out. Like I can kind of like not like put ROOKI on a back burner, but like I can go do this and not put in like all of this like extra effort that maybe I would if I would take it not more seriously, but like I don't know, like if I saw more of like a vision with like where this was going, because like you said, like you only have so much time in a week, and I'm kind of like I feel like I'm reviewing my life in like a like where this fits on a resume way. And obviously there's a lot more to a resume, like to your life than a resume, like just general experience and knowledge. And that's like really the goal. But I feel like in a weird way, like there's a relation between that and like how stuff fits on a resume, because it is like things that you're able to say you've actually done concretely and like you've seen through. Like if you just do ROOKI for, 2 months and nothing happens, then like kind of what'd you do that for? And I'm not saying it's like not totally worth it. If you learn a lot about coding, then you learn a lot about coding. And that's what you took away from it. But like I agree that like I don't know, at some point it is like you kind of got to like hammer it a little bit more, figure it out. Yeah. I guess we'll see what happens.
I think what I'm leaning to is like until December, like give it as much time as I can. And it's like when I think about like if I had free time to work on ROOKI, like all the things I want to do, like first of all, obviously I want to make the app like 10 times better. Like there's a million things I want to see in that app, and there's also just like I want to start going around Michigan, like marketing it, like figuring out like when we have we go through a test flight period and like get feedback, like all the different ways I want to integrate it around campus, partnering with like frats or whatever, right? And then like I want to go to MSU and like find people there, market it there. I want to be going to these investor meetings. Like there's so much I want to do for it, and I think that there's enough there where it's like if I just give it a lot more time in the next few months, it might be worth it. And then like kind of push off like the experimenting side to like maybe a future time when it feels more right. But
yeah,
I'm curious to see what I can do like, the next few months if I start giving it like more time, because I've been giving it. I think in the month of August I gave it a lot of time. Like it was pretty much all I did, and then starting the school year, my time commitment to it went down, and it's slowly starting to go back more up. And I'm still trying to. I usually give it like one solid work block a week of like 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
And I want to increase that and see like with that extra time like what I can make happen here. And it's like I think it's helpful when you also have a team of people that are kind of aligned and like work ethic wise, because it's like when I see someone do really well, it motivates me when I want to sit down and work on it right now as well. And, but yeah, I think I'm leaning more toward like I want to give this a lot and see what it can come out of it, because I think there's a lot of like even if you just think from a resume perspective, like scaling it at different schools, and the business side, like obviously the tech side, there's enough you can kind of talk about, but there's also like customer discovery side.
Yeah.
There's having meetings with angel investors, that would be pretty cool if we actually go in, like on a Zoom call with them, like that's pretty fucking legit, right? When we're going to like ask for the ask, even if we don't get anything, just the fact that we like went out like to practice like giving a pitch, right? And then like also like the networking that you need to do to scale the app. If you have like a number like 1,000 users, like, you know, those all look really appealing to me. Yeah. And it's also just the idea of like imagining where this could go a year from now if we had like a bigger team all working on different parts of it, right? Which is like, I don't want to force it to be too big right now and we don't need the people. But if we can prove that like the team needs to be bigger to sustain it, like I'm so excited to see like how many people we can bring on board that are committed to it. But I think it has a lot of potential for both Experience and even the app itself. So it's definitely something I want to give more time to. And
yeah, I feel like, I mean, it's like a good market. There's a lot of ways you could take it. They said it well in the meeting, like the other day. It's crazy how much, like $50,000 is just like pocket change to some of these angel investor people. Like, you know, I know it's gonna be hard, and like even in ways it doesn't feel hard. Just like the hours you have to put in is hard to like get that money, to get those users, like that base. But like, I don't know, it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it just to see where you can take it. See where you can take something that's like truly yours, I guess. I don't know. I feel like all these other clubs and everything, it's like kind of like somebody else did that before me. Like I need something more structured. Like M Racing like didn't work out because I'm like not the type of person to go spend 8 hours like a night doing that, like just for fun, on my own will with these people. So I don't know. We'll see.
We've talked a bit about like the app itself, right? And I'm kind of just curious, like, you know, we have a vision of like who we see using this app, how it can be integrated into like college society or kids or students, right? How people will engage with the app, right? And I'm just curious, like, you know, you've shared some of your opinions about like what you think about the potential of the app or like parts of it, but I'm just curious, like, about our idea for the app and like our plan to scale it through like I wonder if there's any like things that stood out to you that maybe you think about from time to time about the app that's like like that part about it, like I question if that could work out, or you have like a bright idea for like, oh, maybe like has anything come to your mind in the process of working on this that's made you like think?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, as somebody who didn't like technically found it, right, like the question is just like, is the vision like not only real in the sense that you're gonna like try to put a lot of time into it, but like that there's some like crazy potential here, or not even if it's crazy, even if there's like just actual potential, that's fine too. And I'm kind of like, you know, I think the vision of like making fans more involved and like the things we've talked about in that field is like very real, but like the most important part of that is like how that connects directly to the app. I think there's an app with like one good feature that could be like pretty addictive and like people could like, but I don't necessarily think that ties with like the overall vision we've kind of been sharing. And I think part of that is that vision is going to take a lot more users and a lot more involvement to achieve. Like, you can't do that just on an app. That's the whole point, is that it needs to be more than an app. It needs to be like, you know, functional beyond just people using this thing, but like that it like ties into real games somehow, or like, you know, that it makes people feel more involved in that way. And just like for now, I just can't do that. Like that's the reality of it. But like, yeah, I don't know. So I feel like the state it is now is like, you know, get it ready, like look good with like these nice pages with the main feature. And that's great. But there needs to be kind of like what is it going to be more than that? Because there's, you know, you could just do sports betting, or you could just do a bracket. You know, this is just like a slightly more niche version of doing one of those things. But like, there's not more to that. Even if we add a bunch of like footage and film and stuff, like, you know, highlights on it and whatnot, that's still like just like adding more news to it, better features. So make it a better version of that. But it's not like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you have any ideas on that, like where it would go to involve people more than just like locks.
Yeah. Because the vision that we shared is cultural, right? It's not it's not like an app that will change the world or a product that will change the world. Like a camera, for example, would change the world, right? That's a new innovative thing, right? And there's only so much an app could do, but I'm hoping like the app is like the stepping stone toward.
That's what I meant when I said like you need more users. I'm sure you know that, there's only so much you can achieve on the app.
But that's where it gets difficult because like it's hard to like control culture in a way. Like I feel like to a degree, it kind of just happens.
Yeah.
Right, and there's a million factors that control it, right? And I think that a lot of apps in the past have changed culture like significantly. Like I think that if we just look at like the two biggest apps of our generation, like Instagram and Snapchat, whether they intended to do it or not, have just completely changed. The culture of how people interact with each other, especially dating. Like the entire culture of dating is significantly different now than it was like 15 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So I think like since we use our phones so much on a day-to-day basis, and especially since our phone is our method of staying connected with people now, it's our method for staying connected with people, it's our method of entertainment, it's our method for access to information. There's so much power I think it has for changing culture, and I think that the biggest cultural movements in the last 10, 20 years have been through like things on our phone or even like online. Sure. And I think that it's going to become growingly more and more in the future where it's like things that doesn't really exist in the real world, but it's still somehow just changing the way we interact with each other in significant ways. Yeah. And I think apps, like all kinds of apps are doing that, right? Like the real life physical impacts of apps like TikTok are just like crazy to think about, right? Yeah. But it's like entire people's lives have changed in both positive and negative ways, whether it's the guy that's like on his phone on North Campus in Bursley right now just scrolling for the last 6 hours, or it's like some random chick that started posting videos and fucking blew up, right? It's like it's changed so many people's lives in so many ways that's like hard to fathom. And the app we have is like very simple right now, but I think it does touch on a few different things that we've talked about. No doubt. Yeah. That I see a lot of potential in terms of like taking such a popular market and taking such a simple idea of like it almost seems obvious that like, oh yeah, of course like fans want to feel like a part of the game, but like who's leveraged that in like such a direct way? Yeah. And I think that's what's motivating to me about it, because it's like, like on the surface, if I didn't pitch it and I just showed you the app, it's like, okay, what the fuck is this shit? Like it's cool, right? Yeah. You can scroll and it's like, and I guess there's that addictive feature of it that maybe if someone looked at the app objectively, like they're like, okay, that's a cool new way to addict people, like the scrolling and swiping and stuff. But it's like, can we really achieve the cultural shift? Like, I don't know. I think it will take a lot more on the business side than the app side, because the app, like anyone can make an app, right? But it's like, can we leverage the connections at Michigan and Berkeley like effectively to make that happen, right? Can we effectively partner with enough people, integrate this enough, like have enough events, speak at enough places, partner with enough frats to actually make a culture?
And I think like the niche part of that is like it's like college oriented, right? Like all these other apps are, they'll feature the college stuff, but it's much more just all these other leagues tied in, right? Sports betting on anything, right? Other than like a March Madness bracket, something that's like just like straight up intended for these like college sports right now. And maybe maybe it broadens to other things at some point in the future, but like because colleges are, especially like Michigan, is such just like a hub of like people that, I'd say a lot of people here are way more involved with sports than they ever would have been if they not only went somewhere else, but like, people that don't even like sports a lot are kind of forced to, or forced to at least know what's going on with them, even if they could care less. So
I think it's like social currency.
Yeah, like leveraging a way to, maybe make some of those people enjoy it a bit more, be a bit more involved if they're not at Michigan or something like that. So yeah, I think it's a good market. I think there's a good, you said a different word other than vision, but kind of like, motivation. Good market, and there's good motivation. And I like where the app's at, I think. But yeah, I mean, no matter where we were with the app, it would still like need more. So I can't just say that's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like these days, if you have a cool idea for an app, it's kind of like scary to share it publicly because like someone's gonna sit on Cursor for the next week and just finish it for you, right? But I'm not as worried about an app like this because even though it's easy to replicate the app itself, it's hard to actually make what we want happen with it, right? That's gonna take a lot of work.
I feel like, I don't know. I don't really know how all these pitch competitions and things like that work. Or, like, I guess I do how on, like, a company scale, but not with, like, all the Berkeley stuff. Because I did, like, intern at, like, like somewhat of like a VC starter. Like,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But
So what's this?
it's pretty different. Arch Grants. It's in St. Louis. Basically, they have like a competition every year. I don't know how many people apply, how many companies apply, but the way it works is like they have like tons of judges that work pretty much everywhere across America from different like companies. You know, they're obviously like verified as like very official in their fields. They like judge on all these different like startups that are applying, and like the top 10 win like $100,000. They have to move to St. Louis, and they get like all this, you know, all this big support network, and then obviously, you know, the money. I don't think it's $100,000. It's like $50,000 or something. I can't remember how much it was, but
Yeah.
I did it at like the end of high school for like a month-ish. But yeah. I
So
don't know.
would you like you worked on your own project? You'd pitch that or just pitch it? How does it work?
Pitch Arch Grants to you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so like, I'm
No,
mostly.
no. I said like so when you said you participated in it, like.
Oh, what I did?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't there during like the actual competition part, so it was mostly like the build up. It was kind of like a little bit after like all the previous ones were like, you know, getting settled into like their thing. And this is like a connection through my high school, so like I wasn't, you know, expected to do like a crazy amount as like an intern, but most of what I did was like validating a lot of judges. I know I basically just got to like screen judges, which is kind of fun because I'm like you've only worked 3 years at JP Morgan, you're not good enough at all, like get out of here, like who do you think you are, right? Like why are you applying to this? But no, hopefully they reviewed what I reviewed, because that'd be crazy if they just let a high schooler like decide that. But there's like so many applicants. It was very interesting. I didn't realize like where these judges came from, because I knew a lot of like friends' parents had judged, you know, higher ups in different companies and whatnot. But so I did like some of that, and just some like using PitchBook, which is just like, I don't know, this like kind of like app online that lets you just like track like every company. Like all these startups too. Startups. Dude, I'm tripping over my words right now. All these startups.
We should call them startups instead.
All these startups. I've had enough of the startups. Yeah. But just like looking at different like sectors and like trying to identify like these random small ones. I don't know. I feel like I didn't do a lot, but I got to meet like 10 different founders of all these little startups, which was fun to just talk to all them for like.
Are any of them pretty legit?
Yeah, I mean, like all of them are like legit enough, but like some of them have like products in Target.
It's pretty cool.
One of them is like a decently sized clothing brand right now. I don't know. One of them, this dude makes like, I don't know if you've seen him on TikTok. Makes those like crazy leather soccer balls, like custom panels and everything. I feel like it blew up like a while ago, but I don't know. So, but it was interesting to see some people that like hadn't blown up like that, right?
Yeah.
That like didn't have as much success but still got the grant. And like seeing like just the different stages of where people were. I met some from like previous terms, like years old, that were like, you know, doing a lot better and whatnot. So I don't know. It was just an interesting experience. But outside of that, I don't really know how this other VC stuff works. So it's like,
yeah, I'm kind of clueless to it too.
I don't know how easy it is to get money. Like how much of a product do you need to have? You know, I feel like 10 years ago it would have been like you need a solid product.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's like,
You don't
I feel
think
like
so?
it's the idea, and that people throw money at the idea.
Do you think people
like,
do? Because that's what I was always like so hesitant about. Like we don't have anything to show. We go to investors, they give us $200K.
I mean, we have an app right now.
Yeah, I mean.
But it's like, you know, and that's where I was saying it's more of a, you need some concrete, like, you know, a little bit more ideas of where you're going to go, right? Because, you know, especially as an investor, it's too late to wait for something to be perfect, right? We're not going to come to them with an app that's ready to change the world, and that's going to be what they throw money at. They throw money at you to get you to that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it means nothing to them because they're so rich.
I feel like if I was an investor, like.
I'd treat it way differently than a lot of these people probably do.
I'm just like, I need to have so much trust in you, and like, there's no evidence that like I don't know. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I need to have trust in you, but like
I don't know, throwing a bunch of money to a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds, it's like.
Yeah.
No,
you need to have like some form of a decent product, some form of like market or like user base, and some form of like vision. But yeah, I don't know how far off you think we are with all three of those things before that'd be.
I think we have a cool idea.
Yeah.
I think if we were forced to kind of give a solid pitch, we can make a good pitch. More clean, like this is where we're going vision, even though it's
there's
like.
there's
some open questions, but we can like figure that out if we have the pitch.
Hasn't been used yet. That's the real issue.
I think the thing is like, it'd be very useful if we had like 1,000 users on it and clear evidence of user adoption.
But I feel like we're getting close to that point.
Yeah,
We're ready
I think
to-
very soon.
Yeah.
So
I don't
I
think
think if
we
we
can-
have that, we have a decent like pitch. You know, like I personally don't know. I'm gonna learn a lot from this because I don't know like how the whole
Yeah.
investor thing. I'm so excited for that part.
Yeah.
Because like it'll be fun to pick their brains and see how they kind of think about shit. And
Yeah. No, just having two people that like actually know more about that.
Yeah.
You know, being in Berkeley,
They
like,
luckily have a
that's-
lot of connects, so they've had
that's, like,
conversations.
I
with
know.
them,
Just to
so
be, I'm already like,
how the fuck
like-
you find that guy?
I'm like, dude, we have like this like crappy little app with, you know, not much going on. And you guys are like talking to these big shot people. I'm like,
Yeah.
how are you even
It
talking
was
to these people?
crazy.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're showing them the app? Like, really? All right.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. Like, as much as I say like everything needs to be like resume oriented, like some things you just gotta like, you know, take and learn. And this is for me.
Yeah.
This is one of those where I'm like, all right, like I feel like I'm doing enough outside of this to where I have the time to do this too.
Mhm.
And even if it turns out that it's not some big thing that like goes super well, like that's fine as long as it makes me happy and I'm enjoying the ride. And I feel like I've always been like semi-entrepreneurial in the way that like, I don't know, I feel like I like things done my way for a
Yeah.
lot of things. And
Well,
just-
control, right?
yeah, like this is one of those things where like, you know, just you have a certain amount of control, like your opinion matters a lot.
And honestly,
so.
take more of it. Like if you feel like there's any like guardrails, like you're free to kind of like.
Yeah, I think what I said earlier, like going back to my thought about like putting on the like back burner, it's not that I haven't been putting the time in, but it's more of a mental effort of like I've done like, you know, being in the role I've, you know, been like a lot of just like, you know, like coding, fixing this, fixing that, changing this, changing that. But that's not like more of like a visionary, like that's like a how do I make what we have look better? How do I make what we have better? But that's not like what do we add to it, right? And that's, I feel like that's where I really want to like,
Yeah, man.
that's where I'll start getting like really involved. It's just like,
Do you have any ideas that come to you right now? Because I feel like I give you like 10, bro.
I was kind of like frustrated because I started thinking about it. I was like, I really haven't thought of anything yet that I'm like, this is like a big thing this app needs. I think there's a lot of like minor things on pages we have that are necessary or that are not
Cleaning
necessary,
up.
but like needed cleaning up,
Yeah.
right? It's like, you know, like a homepage of a sports app needs to have like highlight clips and stuff like that, right? But like some things are just, we can't do that yet, right?
Mhm.
I mean, that's fine. But yeah, beyond like our main feature, I'm trying to think of like, you know, what other big things would we have?
I feel like the locks could be 100 times better. Like first of all, obviously we know
We definitely haven't fully tapped the addictive like pattern yet.
that for sure. I mean,
So-
the swiping is like not great right now.
But yeah, part of me is like, I'm like, do we like, you know, you go fully in on just getting that like
That's
really
what I was
good,
thinking.
and I feel like that needs to happen because I feel like
Yeah.
if your main selling point isn't good enough, then there's really nothing going on. But I'm like, is the threshold of how good that one feature is good enough to make the app like stand by itself?
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess if you really like try to see like what would make this app much better, right? I think the first thing is the locks. Like imagine, like first of all, imagine the scrolling was as smooth as like TikTok, which it's not right now. Like the
Yeah.
smoothness of it needs to be better, and that's gonna be a tough one, but we'll work on that. Cause I don't know how to fucking do that, but we'll have to learn.
Yeah.
So that's for sure, right? But imagine the features involved in like ROOKI, like more dopamine in each like panel, like obviously making the swiping cleaner, but also just like okay, more kinds of locks like on players, like an algorithm that decides like what kind of locks are on your feed, right? Like
I think-
personalized feeds.
yeah.
You know, like doing something on Bryce Underwood, maybe like special kinds of locks. So
I
it's,
think
like,
there needs to be locks beyond just like games.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's
think
the very
games is where it
basic.
starts, and that's
Yeah.
how leagues work, and that's how
MVP.
friends work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like there's got to be some other way to like, you know, I think about I the one thing like I feel like with ROOKI that would be good is like, I don't know how most people check their sports news, but like they're right. Like Bleacher Report and ESPN are horrible. Like,
Yeah.
I don't ever want to go on those apps again
Yeah.
because like
I just Google shit if I need.
when
to
I'm
check.
like checking on games, I just want to see all 10 games right out in front of me. What are the scores right now, right? Like NCAA, you know, like top 25, right? Like what's going on? How's every team doing right now, right? Like I don't want to just see Michigan. If I do want to see Michigan, I want to see like all the stats on the game, right? Like so I'm always just on Google, like Michigan versus whoever, like whoever versus whoever, like top 25. I don't know, just looking it up. It's like some app where you could just go immediately see all of that. You know, like with like fantasy football, it's not like checking scores, but it's checking how your team's doing. You just go right there, you see how your whole team's doing, you see how you're doing against somebody, and that's very, very easy. It's good. I don't know, easy go on. It's like being able to tap in that between how games are going and like how like players and stuff are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is like, I don't know.
And I was also like, in addition, obviously a much more clean interface of tracking. That's great.
Yeah.
And also like imagine like more social kind of like fun kind of vlogs. Like, okay, is over under 100,000 people in the big house this weekend?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like shit like that, or like just random shit like cultural things like within your community, like location based, community based, personalized feeds. Like maybe goofy shit about like some news about Bryce Underwood. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
Like more of that. More like special point systems, more like, oh yeah, this lock is closing in an hour. More like multiplier hour, like this hour, triple your points. Like, I feel like there's so much potential there.
Yeah.
For like how good the locks can be. And I'm sure like as I'm saying this, like things are popping in your head of like how the interface would look.
Yeah.
I feel like making that better, like it's gonna take a lot of time, but it's like worth it because I think it could really elevate the app significantly. Like a more complex algorithm of points, how you get points, you know.
Yeah, and then right. Maybe it isn't like we need some other big feature yet. Maybe it is just like
the locks is nowhere close to its potential.
Just double down on that to the point where it's developed out far enough that it isn't just its own swiping mechanism. It has like so much more to it.
But also something that inspires me a lot is like imagine Instagram but fantasy. It's like fantasy is your 10 friends. Instagram is 1,000 people you follow. Yeah. Like imagine a combination of that in a clean way. Of oh yeah, how is Connor doing? Or how's my random friend from like back in 8th grade doing? You know, everyone connected forever. Like it's not fantasy where we have to set it up every year. Yeah. It's like always you follow them, you can see their fucking score. Yeah. Like that to me would be pretty cool because it's almost like it takes sports and it makes it like the social currency to a degree it already is, but even more. Yeah. In an app format. Yeah. Like that could be cool. Or like I can check how celebrities are doing, like how Drake sucks at fucking making bets. Like that, imagine that, dude. That would be sick.
Yeah, that would be fun.
So,
yeah,
there's a lot of potential here. I think
there is. I'm excited.
It just takes a lot of time. You gotta sit down and just fucking yank this shit. And yeah, I'm excited, man. I think I want to see where it can go. Like honestly, like next summer, like I obviously want to work, but like to me, dedicating a summer to this would be so much fun. So that's on.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do. Like I think Thanksgiving and winter break, I'm gonna go like all in and like finish like a major feature each break.
Yeah, I think winter break I'll have some good time. Yeah, we'll see. I don't really know. I'm trying to shake everything out.
Yeah, but I'm excited for it, dude. Yeah, I did like the conversation we were having before we started the podcast about money. So I don't know if you want to go back there, but
oh yeah,
I'm curious about your view on money. And
dude, I mean like money. Like the meaning of money changes to you like every year because you want to do different things, right? So like for me right now, it's like I can't say I have all this time because I'm very busy during like the school year, but like in general compared to like a working adult with like a real job, right? Like there's all this time I have or just like freedom of being young, but I don't have like the money to do everything I'd want to do, right? Like I can't just like travel everywhere and do all that. Like 20 years from now, maybe I have all the money, but I don't have like the time. So it's like I feel like they go hand in hand. In a way, like, I don't even know. I'm just yapping right now.
Go for it.
Dude, like, I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah, it's... Well, okay, there's that question of, like, time, right?
Yeah.
And you say that, well, I have the time to kind of fuck around right now, but I also, like, don't have the time because I'm busy with shit. But I think when I say time, like, when I think about the meaning of time, I don't really think about how much free time I have. But I think about how much of my time I can control. It's like, okay, sure, I'm busy because I'm going to MRover, but it's my decision to go. Yeah. You know? Versus if I'm working a 9-to-5 job, it's not my decision to go. If I quit that job, I'm fucked. But it's more like the freedom of being a college student is like, sure, you have your classes, but like, how many required lectures do you have a week, right? It's more like, I think college is the only time for 4 years of your life where you have full control over your time. Because in high school, you have class from 8 to 4.
Way better way
sport. It's like
what I was trying
college
to say.
Is like, if this week I want to sleep into 1 every day and work all night, I can do that. And next week if I want to get up at 6 every day and go to the gym, I could do that. Like you can do whatever you want. You can live any life you want on any schedule you want. You can schedule
that's what I mean. Is like if I really wanted to, one of these weeks, like I'm not gonna suffer that much from missing some classes or a lab, or I'll just say I'm sick or something. I could just fly to another country for 8 days, right? Like if it was just the best time of year to go and I had the money or like the funds and the willpower. But I don't know. I feel like I always put things in traveling context, but like, yeah, it's just like, you're right. This is that one time of your life where, like, whatever you want to do, you can do it at any time of the day. It doesn't really matter, and that it's going to matter more in the future. So, like, unless you have, like, all that money, I don't know, then, yeah, you have less freedom.
And that's what's so appealing to me about startups. Because as long as you get your shit done, they're not going to care, like, what time you do it, So, for me, freedom over my time is such a big value for me. Because I don't like being controlled. Like, if one day I want to sleep in, I want to sleep in, right? If one day I want to do something else at 9 a.m., I want to do that, right? But working a job where I'm stuck to a routine, like, I like spontaneity.
Yeah.
I feel like life has always been more fun when I'm spontaneous. And I'll usually achieve more, too, when I'm spontaneous. Which is why, like, obviously, whatever job you work, there's obligations, right? I don't have full control over my time, even if I'm working in a startup with, like, 20 other people, even if I'm just, like, a member of it, right? I still have, like, things to meet, but if I can prove that, like, I do my shit, then they're not going to be on my ass all the time.
Yeah.
So, to me, like, that career path, and they get paid pretty well for if you're going to part of it. I mean, it's pretty variable, but if you're in a good startup, like, whether it's successful or not, you usually do get paid. So,
yeah.
Like, the more and more I live life, the more and more that path is appealing to me. Plus, it's more fun, dude. I feel like it's more, you're doing more random shit instead of just sitting and coding.
Yeah.
And, obviously we have so much life ahead of us. And a startup is such a broad term. It's like fruits, but a banana versus apple is so different, right? Like, a startup, it could be like making an app, or it could be making a robot, or it could be making a food delivery service. I don't know. It could be anything. And that's what's kind of exciting about it, because it's like, really, if you have a few skills, like, I think software and hardware give you pathway in almost, like, every field these days. So, to me at least, that's like, I'm also like you in a way, entrepreneurial, control over things. And I think that the two things I cared about the most, like, time and mobility. Like, at least the startup community will give you the freedom of time, but if you make enough money, the mobility of, like, okay, I want to be in Thailand this weekend, fuck it.
I feel like that's the issue for me, or, like, the balance between that is, like, maybe it gives you more time doing a startup, but, like, unless it, like, hits big and you have, like, a lot of equity or something, like, it's just not going to give you the money that these other jobs will. And, like, I know some of them you kind of have to sell your soul, but I also think I have enough, like, in a way, not just entrepreneurial spirit, but, like, the ability to, like I just don't think I'm born to be some, like, engineer 1, engineer 2, even senior engineer for, like, a career. If I'm going to stick out the, like, career ladder, like, I better end up, like, at, like, a higher position. Maybe it's not, like, crazy, but it's, like, like, in more of, like, a leadership role. And at that point, you do have a bit more time, right? It is a bit more in your hands, like, what project you're working on, what's going on, and how you spend your time. But, like, obviously you get a lot of mobility from the, like, the money you have from that. So it's, like, striking the balance between, like, I like, can guarantee you'll make a lot more money just working a corporate job out of college, or, like, next 10 years, right? Unless a startup does really well, or if you have your own startup, how that goes, right? But there's also, like, some people, startup comes with, like, its own forms of money, right? Like, maybe you get to travel around to meet different people, and you get to do these different things, and you get all that time, and with that time, you don't even need a crazy amount of money. You just need enough money to do, get a gym membership, do this, that, and this, and that's good enough for you. Like, if you have, like, if you want a nice house, if you want to travel, if you want to do these bigger things, have a family and, like, provide for them in that way, then it's harder to say for us, like, doing startups, that'll work out as well. So,
and I don't know how you feel about this, because you might be different than me, but, like, I don't even care about, like, traveling the world and shit, like, visiting every country, and, like, I thought I did when I was younger, but I don't care about it as much anymore. But when I think about mobility, it's more that, like, I don't want to be stuck somewhere I hate.
Yeah.
And that, like, I like a community like Ann Arbor, where it's, like, a lot of like-minded individuals together, young people, like, who like to have fun, who also like to work hard, and there's enough things to do in the area. Like, if I had to live here, I'd be pretty happy, right? Probably not if I was 40, but, like, if I was still young. And it's, like, finding somewhere like that where there's people around your age, young minds. Like, I just want to, obviously it'd be nice to travel every now and then or go places, but it's not like I've I really want to like see the world and shit. And it's like my ideal life, it's like if I'm in somewhere like this where like I love being here, there's enough shit to do, I'm surrounded by people I love, I'm working on a project I love, and then obviously late 20s, like starting a family, being able to do that, make a good enough living, have control over time. Like I think if I can somehow achieve those things, you know, obviously like not everything's perfect, and we try to make the ideal scenario, right, and then go as close to it as possible. But like I feel like if I'm moving toward that vision, I'll have a pretty fulfilling life in terms of like what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You love to travel, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, like, I know, because, like, I really don't want to get stuck in that, like, I hate my job corporate scenario, because even if you have the money to travel, as much as I love traveling and doing those things, those 3 weeks a year just doesn't make up for the other 10 and a half, 11 and a half months of your time. It just doesn't. Like, you'll burn out, and it'll just be so bad. It's like, I feel like some of these tech companies have enough that they are doing at like a large scale and even on small teams that I could still find like pretty meaningful roles within them. Yeah. So that's like the one thing that I'm like, you know what? And that's why, that's honestly, that's half of why I don't think I want to do software, is because like I really like those like entry level, even a slightly higher software roles. I don't think you're doing a lot. You're just working for like an app online, right? That's like, it's an app, you know, whatever it is. And maybe you're working towards this one feature and you do this and, you know, it increases the amount of users by this or whatever. But, like, it's just, like, it feels very made up. It's just not as interesting as, like, some of these, like, you know, I don't know, semiconductor companies or, like, hardware companies. Like, the things NVIDIA's doing, right?
Some real shit.
Like, that's, like, yeah, that's real shit. That's a really progressing technology. That's, like, you know, if you worked for Microsoft 30 years ago, you know, and you were, like, not, like, super high up, but even, like, an engineer doing something, it's, like, you like really contributed to like the future of the world in like a certain way, even if you're like a small piece of that. And like not only that, but like hopefully you like enjoyed that because you knew that's what was going on. Mm-hmm. And like you're just interested in like the technology. And I feel like there's there's like a lot more interest in that type of stuff, just in like where it could go than there is in just like coding, you know? Because like I can't say we've maxed out coding. Like there's obviously gonna be like maybe there's new languages or there's, you know, new ways to use it, but like it's not like I can't imagine for now at least that there's some like crazy like threshold way beyond where we are now with like coding and like what that looks like. Mm-hmm. But like actual physical technology like there is, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that all humans, maybe some can get away with it, but I feel like there needs to be some kind of purpose behind what you do.
That's what, yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be something magical, but at least you want to feel like you're doing something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't want to spend 2 months working on a feature that didn't really do anything or change anything. It's like it's fulfilling when you could see the results of something you do at small scale, large scale. Like, you could be changing humanity, or you could be like seeing like a small impact that you made on like someone's life as like a doctor. I don't know, right? Yeah. But it's really hard, I think, mentally to function if there's no purpose behind what you do. Where it's like you see all these people working at entry-level positions in software or like investment banking, and it's just they go insane because it's like, what am I even doing? And that's not to say all of those jobs are bad, because like plenty of CS jobs where you're working on interesting shit. Oh, you know, absolutely. There's plenty of jobs where like you're solving problems day to day for consulting companies, and that's fulfilling and interesting. But it's like, I mean, I guess if you can rise in the ranks or find that place for you, but I think these companies hire so many people, and a lot of those jobs are like, what am I doing making a button? Like, I don't know, right? So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I also think about like where jobs can take me, like both traveling / physically, but also just like in my life. And it's like, you know, some of those companies like can take you like cool places. Like you could easily, you know, work 10 years for this company, then go to a startup because you had connections from that, or because like you had a vision, or because you learned things at that company, and now you have the basis of like the people at that company to work with. Like, I don't know. So I don't think there's like a pressure to need to get into like the startup world like immediately, even though I know it's mostly for young people, but like knowledge goes like a long way. So yeah, man, anyone can find a startup, you know. Like I think it's more of a newer concept of like the energy of like everyone's doing it, but it's like they'll probably move with our generation too. You know, like it's not the end of the world to start a startup when you're 30 or 40. You know? Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's much more of a like. Yeah, it is like a generational thing. Like there's just so many, like there's just more startups in general than there were 20 years ago, you know? Like everybody's doing that shit now. Like,
I know, it's like everybody on the block has a startup these days.
Yeah.
It's like, great, like we're working on ROOKI, you're working on some other app, somebody else is just like doing this other thing. It's like, I don't know.
I'm curious, what do you think drives you, like, in life?
Just in life? I don't know, I feel like when I was like younger, it's like pretty easy to just say like expectations, you know, like, and part of that is like I literally didn't have enough of a brain to like think about future things like that, so I was just kind of going through the motions of what was like set out for me, you know, in school, and pretty much just in school. And like extracurriculars are, you know, more of like things I do for fun, but I'm still trying to like do my best in them or whatever that means. But I feel like moving out of like just moving away from home, not being around family, like makes you really shake out. Like you said, if you don't really want to do those things, like, or if it was just expectations, like nobody's around to like double check on you all the time, right? Like somebody's not just gonna be like, hey, like you didn't do this today, you didn't do your homework. Like nobody's gonna tell you that, you know? So like what drives me, I feel like it's just there's things I really want to see happen in my life, and I feel like, you know, if I just kind of like charge forward in like a certain direction, then those things could happen. I think there's definitely a lot of like family and friends that like I want to make proud. Like I feel like in a way you can never see as much in like yourself than somebody else can, you know? And yourself, like not only do you see all these like flaws and all these other things, but you think there's like this limit for you, but like somebody else sees you and they're like, wow, like they do this and this better than I do, or yeah. And it's like you would never know that, you would never notice that about yourself. So like, I don't know, just like I know I've been dealt a great hand in life, and it's just such a shame if I don't use it, if I don't like, and use it doesn't like, that's very vague, but like you just use it to like both be happy and like achieve the things I want to achieve in life. And I don't even like have specific goals here, like this is very vague, but you know, between traveling and just like my like pretty broad interest in like the future of like AI and like, you know, hardware and tech, just like see what I can do. And I don't think I'm at a point to like know what I can do yet. I don't know what that will be, but I don't know. I feel like it's pretty easy to like get up every day and just be like, I don't know, like if I just go do these things, like I'm just like, I'm learning so much every day in college. It's like crazy. I'm like, just like between all my different classes and like clubs and everything, like the new like information I'm taking in every day is just absurd. I don't know. How about you? What drives you? I feel like you'd have some like really like specific good answer.
What drives me?
Just the way you asked this.
I mean, yours felt pretty like story, like made sense, structured, like it makes sense.
I guess.
You know?
It was just pretty like, I don't know, it's kind of vague.
I mean, it makes sense. What drives me? It's in a weird way. I think right now it's like I just want to like win at everything I do, even just for the sake of it. I think that's like the stage I'm in kind of right now, where it's like whatever I do, I don't want to half-ass it. I want to just do the best I can in everything I do. Whether that's school, like my social life, my projects, like I just want to do the best I can in everything. And I feel like I'm in this world to develop skills and to build shit. And, you know, looking at where I started and where I am now, like I've developed a lot of skills and I've built a lot of cool shit. And I want to keep doing that because it's peaceful, it's satisfying, and it's like, you know, I can look at the shelf and be like, okay, in the last 19 years, I've achieved these goals, I've built these skills, I'm proud of who I've become. I feel like I'm maxing out like a video game character and like getting as much as I can, like as much XP as I can, building as much shit in this world as I can, and like it's cool to see like there's so much shit to do out there, and it's like how can I do as much of it as possible? Yeah. You know, whether it's learning how to surf or it's building like a brain chip in my brain. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Like I'm interested by almost everything. Yeah. I think that's why software is such a useful skill because you can use it anywhere. Absolutely. I think hardware is also more important than I want to tap into now, just because I think software these days is like not enough. It's kind of it doesn't stand out like it did 5-10 years ago, where it's like, oh yeah, I need that guy, he's a software guy, but now it's like everyone's kind of learning to code a little bit. Yeah. Saturated plus AI. So I think hardware plus software will be such a useful skill. It's like I think of it as like I have a toolkit, and it's like, you know, the plumber has like, or there's like a hammer and like whatever, right? And it's like you can go and solve any problem in the world, whether it's the door's broken or the wall's broken, the toilet's broken. Like he has like all these tools they can use to fix the house. And it's like if the world is my house, then it's like I need software, I need hardware. And it's like wherever I go about life, I have those in my toolkit. Whether I want to help some research facility that's putting microphones in the ocean to like detect the sounds of whales, or it's Elon Musk who's trying to build a brain chip, or it's like, I don't know, some guy's making airplanes over there, or it's like someone's building a sports app. It's like, how can I have enough tools to like do as much cool shit as I can, and really just like follow what's fulfilling at the time.
Yeah.
Like I need something to work on to keep me sane. And it's like I also need great people in my life. Like I love talking. I love talking to people. That's why we do this, right?
Yeah.
It's the only reason we do this. Because I think that one person can't do everything in the world, which is why it's like this gives me a chance to kind of live someone else's life a little bit.
Yeah.
Gotta see like what's going through every one of these 128 minds, and like all going about. We all live in the same campus. It's pretty small. We don't see each other most of the day, but I'm here, you're there. We're all kind of doing our own shit, and then we come here kind of like discuss it and kind of see like what the fuck have you been up to, what have I been up to, and just kind of do as much as I can, and then, see what else everyone's up to, and then keep advancing humanity.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of doing their own thing.
No, that's like just like college mentality, just like Experince-Maxxing.
Yeah.
Like I just want to go everywhere and meet everybody and do everything, right? And like I know to do everything I can't, but I feel like that's why like I like tech is like the more you develop in that, like the more freedom you give to just like everybody to do whatever they want. Like I've always thought like, I don't know. Like I feel like there's certain things that are like worth doing in life that are like contribute to like not just like the future of humanity, but like what makes humanity like unique and like worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's certain experiences that, whether it's going on a road trip through Cali or falling in love or just doing all this cool shit in the world, right?
Yeah.
And, trying to make the world as great as it can be, to have those experiences, and just like building cool shit to allow people to do cool things.
Yeah.
Like skydiving or snorkeling.
I need to go skydiving.
I've never been either.
I wonder if there's skydiving or in Ann Arbor.
Probably. I'd be fucking scared, bro.
My mom did it, like my grandpa, like a long time ago. But one of my good friends did it like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
It seems so cool.
I mean,
also just a picture you would get would make it all worth it. Just having that picture would be so
the
cool.
aura, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I just can't imagine what it would feel like to be on that airplane before you jump.
It'd be like Tom Cruise, dude. It'd be like like I feel like as much as I don't know, I've never had like that like fear of doing things like that. Maybe I feel like nowadays I'm a lot more like clumsy than I used to be. Like I just like have all these, I'm just like falling, like doing this, and I get different scratches and whatnot. But I think it's because I just have like a really low like fear of like getting like deathly injured.
Interesting.
So like I feel like if I went up on a plane like that, I'd be just like, yeah, there's like no other option. Like I'm just gonna jump off. Whatever happens is like what goes on. You know what I mean? Like at some point it's just like out of your control. Like I'm not gonna like back out of it. So like I don't know. I feel like it'd be so much fun. Or like I don't know. I've done scuba diving once. I need to do that more because that was like amazing. Like bungee jumping. That seems sick.
I've done bungee. Have I?
See, but that's the thing though, is you can't do all these cool things if you don't like travel places. You know?
Yeah.
That's part of it. That's part of it.
It's also
It's
just
the
so
game.
cool how there's so much shit everywhere in this world. It's like
That's what
you
I
go
mean,
to a different
man.
country, it's so
That's what
different.
I mean. That's what I mean. I need to go. I need to be everywhere at once.
Yeah. It's interesting how you describe like you're more clumsy because you have less fear of injuring yourself, which is kind of interesting because the reason we're not clumsy, I mean, we're all probably have a tendency to lean toward clumsiness, but it's like our prefrontal cortex saying that you'll be careful, like you don't want to like embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
And like fall over or drop.
Yeah, I
something
feel like
right.
it's just like less embarrassment, less like, I don't know,
Don't give a fuck.
just like
It's like a personality type kind of too.
just like don't hold back, don't like hesitate, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not like trying to be stupid and just like it's not just like run up some concrete stairs and just whatever.
Yeah, but it's interesting. I mean, I think skydiving would be something different for sure. Just like on that airplane, looking down at the entire world. The world is yours.
Be unreal.
If you had the opportunity to like travel to space, would you do that?
Yeah, I have no hesitation. Absolutely, I'd do it right now if I could.
Dude, it's scary, bro.
I know it seems scary, but like, Yeah, I don't know.
What if you go up there?
Sometimes you just have to think about how cool it would be to live and tell the tale. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's what life's about, right?
Yep.
Skill maxing, building shit, and experience maxing.
That's exactly. It's kind of like it's just like dad lore. Like how much dad lore can you accumulate in like 4 years?
Yeah.
That's like the goal.
4 years.
But like, there's a lot of dad lore I could accumulate if I just ditched class and doing all these other things. So it's like
that might be worth it though.
It's dad lore / like just like having fun, like maxing, balance with like giving yourself the best. Just like I don't know, like career wise, like sending you on that path. So,
dude, that's a really good quote. Like. That one's stuck with me.
That's the college balance.
How much dad lore can I accumulate?
I feel like you think about that in like 10 years. It's like everybody looks back and it's like especially, I mean, if you're in a startup, it's a whole different scenario. But if you're in a corporate job, you don't have to do clubs. You don't have to do all these other things. You literally just have your job and whatever else in life you want to do. Like there's no like, I don't need to do other career things. I have a job. You know what I mean? Like even if I want to get a next job, I'm not going to like do other shit on the side for the most part. You know what I mean? And if I did, it'd be like a passion project or something that I'm just really into. So it's like, in that regard, you're just not doing as much in your life. Like when you're doing these jobs, like I guess if you're working 14 hours a day, then there's that, right? But it's like in college, just the amount of different things you do, like on a daily, weekly, monthly basis is just like off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll never be like that again in your life. So it's like,
unless you really make it happen, which I think I will.
Yeah. No, I've always said, like,
know.
I feel like I've always had a goal of, like, retiring by, like, a not super old age. And I swear to God, like, I will do my, like, damn best to not be, like, to be, like, pretty fit when I'm older. Yeah. So even if I am 60, I can, like, still go, explore the world, like, do this, do that. But, like, I don't know. Like, it feels like way too – I'm trying to balance the, like, maximizing my career and, like, the outcome of that and what I can, like, provide to the world with, like – fulfilling myself, right? And there's a lot of like jobs I'd love to have to fulfill myself, but it would just never get me like monetarily or like that far, or like even besides money. Like I like doing like tech and hardware and stuff, so like that it wouldn't get me down that path. But like I don't know, I'd love to work at like a zoo for like 10 years.
Oh, fuck it, bro.
Like I just work with like kangaroos and shit.
Yeah, you probably get bored in 6 months, but for the experience it'd be fun.
Yeah, maybe like a year.
Maybe
like a year.
10 years would be good.
Somebody that could just yeah.
But I just like every year could try a new job.
Like that's what I'm saying. That'd be sick. And I got paid like $2 million a year. That'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or like just go to like
be a plumber.
Go to like culinary school. That'd be sick.
Dude, yeah.
That'd be sick.
I hate cooking, bro. I like eating, but I don't like cooking. But yeah,
I used to like eating, and then I don't know. I feel like
Vulcan killed it.
Like the great shift. No, I still like eating a lot. But like. Yeah. Now I realize like cooking is just it's sick. There's too many things to do.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I look, you gotta put that on my wall. Like, how much dad lore can I accumulate? Because I feel like that's such a good mindset to live with. It's like, how can I make life like super interesting?
Because the thing about that I think doesn't shine on the surface is that even if it's something that just feels normal, that doesn't feel like dad lore, it should still be something that like pushes you toward more dad lore. Because even if it is going to class, learning this, learning that, if I start some crazy company that raises $1 billion in 2 years because I knew that stuff, that's dad lore. You know what I mean? So it's like, even if it isn't some immediate thing that was like, it was just like a one-time event, like it's still like, I don't know, it all builds up to some other thing. So yeah, it's all dad lore.
Yeah, it's funny because I get the best ideas like when I wake up at night. Or wake up in the morning. Like, here's the thing. Like, I used to have a really, like, strict routine last year of, like, the time I slept and the time I woke up.
I remember.
Because that's how I lived
like,
junior year and senior year of high school.
Fair enough.
Like, for junior year, I was, like, 11 to 7 every day.
Yeah.
11 p.m. to 7 a.m. every day of the week. Then in senior year of high school, I was going 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. for, like, 3 months straight. Wow. And now it's, like, it's really the first time in my life this summer and this year where not my life, but since like sophomore year of high school, where I'm like more spontaneous and I'm having a lot more fun in life.
Yeah.
Because I've kind of changed my mindset of like, instead of trying to make everything super plannable, super perfect, let's attack life head on,
Just go at it.
And I've actually achieved more success that way, I think, in like all areas of my life, because like you just kind of develop this mindset of work hard for the sake of it, and it's like you don't have to plan it, just like do whatever you feel like in the moment. But the way I'm going with this, it's a long-winded way of saying that, like, since I've been sleeping in more without an alarm, I just wake up randomly with great ideas, which never used to happen to me before. because like since I had such like a perfect sleep routine, like I usually wake up right before my alarm goes off and it's like perfect. But it's like,
But
when I wake up after like sleeping an extra hour too much or like in the middle of the night like randomly because of bad sleep or whatever, it's like I randomly get the best ideas.
yeah. Well, it's the whole like if you plan it so much like that, when you wake up, your mind is already set in whatever you're doing next because you've planned it out. But if you're waking up when you feel like it, yeah, it's like those like Friday mornings after like a night out when I wake up because I don't have anywhere to be. It's like the world's your oyster, you know. But on like a day like today where it's like I have physics at 9 a.m, when I wake up before that, it's just straight like get ready, go to class. There's no other thoughts. But yeah, being able to wake up on your own, like that's like this summer was like a pretty good time for that. Like being able to do like my research, but I like online and whatnot, you know. I had just so much time to like really like what do I want to do? Like I'd wake up every day and it's just like all right, like I had my few things like going to the gym, this and that was like, all right, I'm gonna do those every day, right? But like I didn't need to like get up and like immediately run to the gym. Like I had time, but it's like, all right, well, what do I want to do with the rest of the day? Like, you know, is it learn this? Is it learn that? So like, yeah.
Where I was going with this too is also like I think last week I woke up, I think through a dream, and I was like, holy shit, there's like, I had this idea of like 6 things I want to do in life. So I woke up, I went on my phone, I made a note sheet, and it ended up being called Bucket List. And now I have this like running note sheet of like places I want to go, things I want to do, things I want to try, skills I want to learn. And it's like, damn, why have I never like put this together? Yeah. And it's like I'm putting 3 per category to limit myself, and it's like every month I want to see if I can like check one of those boxes off. And it's like kind of going back to your dad lore of like all those things on the list are like dad lore. Yeah. And I'm like forgetting them right now, but I'll show you after. It's like
you should.
There's all these random things I want to do. It's like I want to learn to play the guitar. Fuck it. I've always been saying that. If next month in November that's the thing I decide. Okay, if I do an hour or if I do like 10 minutes every day, like I could probably play a song by the end of the month, right? Because every time I start, I quit. But it's like if I have a month I have to do it, then it's like I'll probably end up doing it.
This is funny you mentioned that because it's like exactly what that's like my exact what I went through like to start summer. Is I was like I have enough time. Like, what are some things I just want to do? Because like I know like moving forward in other summers, like if I go towards that like more corporate, like I don't know, this is like one of those last times where I like have like, just like a bulk time to do that. And I was like, all right, so I just played guitar for like. I literally started out and I was like, I'll just do like 10 minutes a day, right? It turned into like 30-ish minutes a day. Like some days it'd be like 2 hours, some would be like an hour for like a month straight. Now then I did a lot of travel, and since then I haven't had nearly as much time. I've been using like a different guitar, which is like kind of harder to use. So definitely like a little setback, but now I'm like back where I was. But like it's still just like. But now, because I did that, like starting it is like 90% of what's hard about it. Yeah. Like now, I can just like keep going. I can just like keep trying to learn new stuff. And you have like at some point, if you get good enough at one thing, you realize all of a sudden that thing that you'd seen, but because like you're trying to learn a song, you try to look this one up. Oh, I don't know how to do that. Like I don't know how to play a bar chord. It's like too hard. But if I keep doing these other ones, then all of a sudden like that just like doesn't seem so hard anymore. So like I don't know. It's just like a building process of like.
Yeah. And
yeah, if you just like. You make that list, you just get going on it,
and you learn the lesson that when you achieve the first one, you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. It's like you realize that you can do anything in the world you want. Yeah. You can do anything in the world you want. Learn anything, do anything, try anything.
Yeah, I feel like I like the idea of like a list of like spontaneous ideas because it's like you've just like slightly organized something that's like random. You know what I mean? It's like. You have all these. Oh, this dude is like really looking in there. Nah, he's looking up though.
Look how sick this is, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'd probably be looking in here too.
Yeah, you gotta go out there and see how it looks from out there.
Nexus podcast, check it out. But no, just like you have all these things you want to achieve, or like just these random things that you're like I really want to do that, but like just jotting it down or like writing it down like that, like in March makes you think about it more. It makes it like more like I'm gonna do that. Like I need to do that.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. I definitely have a much more like, something between like working on ROOKI and I guess it's like having to apply to all these internships and things make you really think about what you want. Between like just really thinking about it a lot, between ROOKI, between like the travel I've done like on my own, like things like that, just make everything seem so much more doable. Like I really can just go do what I want. Mm-hmm. Like there is no like limit. So.
Dude, there's like so many songs I want to start like banging out on the fucking electric guitar, like some Nirvana songs that have just been stuck in my head.
Dude, I know.
That'd be so peaceful,
I need to get so much better because like I don't know. I've always just wanted to be able to like sing and play the guitar at the same time.
Sing.
So I don't know. I don't need to be like crazy guitar. I just want to be good enough to like sing with it.
Yeah.
But like low key. I don't know. Like a bit ago, I was kind of like, all right, like I need to get back into the swing of it, because like I'd been using a friend's acoustic guitar to learn. You know Ted. For like all of summer, he let me have it. He has like multiple guitars, like family and whatnot. So he's just like, you can have it. But now it's like, it's way too loud to play in like an apartment. So I got this one, which was not too expensive or anything. It's like a like silent guitar kind of. So it's like if I like strum like really loud, it's like not that loud. Okay. And you can put headphones in, so you can like do it in the quiet. The thing is, but it's like a little bit smaller. It's not like a full size guitar, really, and the strings are like pretty hard to play. Yeah. So like, it's like harder to play than an acoustic. But
it feels a little different too.
Yeah. But I was like, if I can like learn to play this like slightly harder than an acoustic guitar, and if I just do it like, you know, over summer I said I'd do 10 minutes and I did like an hour. It's like that was like way more. I can't do that now. But I'm like, if I actually just like 10 minutes every night, like even if I sacrifice 10 minutes of sleep, and like, but then that makes you think, if you never ever like just skip that 10 minutes of guitar, then like you'll probably like learn to like fix, like, you know, do your other shit faster, so you do get those extra 10 minutes of sleep as well. But if you just like don't sacrifice it, if you do it every night, like I know, like I don't know.
Somehow,
once I get through these midterms, that's my goal. Is like that, and like just like like there's just like some small things I need to be doing to get better at.
There's so much shit in the world to do, you know. But the key
like,
is the more you schedule, the more you just make time for shit, and you end up doing all of it.
Yeah, it's like the balance between like spontaneity and like having a like rigid, like you're not gonna like, you know, bend to this or that, like I'm gonna do this every day, or I'm gonna do this like 3 times a week, and like if I don't know, you know, the world burns and then everything's over.
I remember earlier you mentioned how, I mean, we were both talking about how the 4 years are so special, and then when you're in your corporate life, it's like the same thing. And to me, it's like, I feel like the podcast is such a cool way to bookmark life in a way, into like chapters.
Yeah, no, I'm lucky, yeah.
The thing is, like, every week I'm like, holy shit, there's so much new shit that happened this week. I can't wait to podcast and see if any of it comes out, or stories come out, or what's going on in your life. Because it's like, every episode or two, like, there's new shit in life. And I'm just like, imagine you've been working a corporate job. It's like, would that same level of like new shit every week, exciting shit happening? And it's like, probably not as frequently as like being a college student, but it's like, that'll piss me off a little bit, and I'll be like, okay, let's make it happen somehow.
Yeah.
But
yeah. No, I know. That's, I mean, I feel like a lot of people, it is like college is like the best time of your life, like, you know, peak in college or whatever. But yeah, it's like how do you just accept that? Like how are you just like, you live these 4 years like that, and like I realize it's gonna be different afterwards, but like there's no way you can't like, I don't know, you just gotta find ways to make it like not feel like college. I understand that like you can't hold on to college forever. Like, college is a time, and that's what makes it special, is it's 4 years of, you know, fucking off, doing whatever you want. But like, I don't know, I feel like there's a little too much like relaxing after college.
Yeah.
Like in that regard.
I need that hustle, like, bro. I need
because you just, you know, because you have a job and you don't have to do all these other things. But like,
well, you're not like required to or expected to, and I think
that's
it's
what
like,
I mean, yeah.
People think they have the discipline to do it, but then it's like, you know, summer comes around and it's like, because I don't get nearly as much done at home as I do here, even when I try to. It's just like there's something with that energy here. It's in the air, I think. No,
it is in the air. It's just seeing everybody else do something that just like makes you like, you're like, all right, fuck, like I can't just sit this out. I can't like not do it. Like, you know,
dude, I need to be somewhere at all times in my life where I'm interacting with as many interesting people every day.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I want to live in like big cities or just in different countries.
I think
just
so.
Because like you're just like forced to like live that life every day.
Yeah. Like,
there's just too many people and too many things going on that like it can't just be like stagnant at all. Like, maybe when I'm older and have kids, it's like that's when I'd live in, like, because people always ask, like, from St. Louis, it's like would you ever like live here at some point? And I'm like hell no, until I'm like 40 at least. And even then, like, probably not. But like like definitely not for the next 20 years. Like, I'm gonna be too young. Like, until I like really have a family, it's like, I don't know, there's just bigger, better places to be with more people, more shit going on.
So much shit in this world, so many places you want to go visit and shit. So I am excited for what life has for us in stock, and I think we've come quite a long way since episode 82.
You know, I can't even like I can't even begin to describe like how many things are different since we did that podcast. Like the last 9 months have been like, they changed way more than the first 3 months of college, which I mean obviously it's been a lot more of college, but like even like senior year and junior year, it's just like every month here is just like,
oh my god, right?
Big, like things are just different and it flies by. Can you believe we're like, I think it's more than halfway through the semester already?
Yeah.
Like a year ago we were like, you know, struggling through 203 and discrete all the time. It's like now it's like a whole year later, we're already halfway through our third semester at Michigan. Like I think about like what I've done and you know where I've been, and I'm like, at the end of the day, like I actually have done a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like low key.
You know, in episode 97 with Charlie Copeland, somewhere at hour mark 2.5 hours in, we were in a hot tub actually. I
think I saw the like clip for that one.
I remember I got the random idea, let's say, like, yeah, well, give me like 10 things you're proud about in the last year. And it actually ended up being an hour long. It was going back and
I'm
forth.
sure it would.
It was
wow.
honestly one of the best moments of the podcast history. So
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, since episode 82 on February 2nd, if you just do, like, I don't know, 5 things that you
Yeah,
should,
all right, I'll quickly run through
let's
it.
Let's do one at a time. Like, let's
right.
go through 5 things we're proud of in the last 50 episodes of time.
All right, 5 things I'm proud of. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to say, like, the travel. I mean, I was so happy I did that over the summer. Just, like, going out and doing that, like, making sure that trip happened, even though I wasn't, like, I was by myself for, like, 2-ish weeks.
Oh, you went by yourself?
I flew there with a friend, met another friend, so it was 3 of us for a week.
Remind me where?
Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, so, like, the first week was 3 of us, but then it was just me for 2 weeks. But, like, I don't know. I've always wanted to just, like, travel solo. And, like, I know, you know, some people you say that to, and they're just like, they could never do that. Like, they need to have friends around. And, like, I'm just not like that.
Dude,
like,
I feel like it'd be really stressful.
I can't wait to, you know, do those things. I'm never going to have enough people around me that somebody's always going to want to go do the thing that I want to do. And I'm like, at some point, I just need to do it.
So what'd you do for 2 weeks in Japan on your own?
Wow, this is going to take a long time to go back and forth. No, fair enough.
I mean, it's already 9, so you tell me if you gotta go.
What do you mean? Like, if you're in any country in the world, you can do anything for 2 weeks. You can go see anything. You can, like, travel to any different city, like, just meet different people. People I met was very interesting.
So you just start conversations with people?
Yeah, I mean, these 2 guys, one's from America, one's from Britain, from London. They, like, met like a year ago on some, like, trip in like Cambodia or some shit. Like, I don't know, some random trip. But now they travel together. So they were in Japan. So it was like at our hostel. You always do hostels, by the way. If you're young, do a hostel. What's a hostel? A hostel is like one of those places that's just like a bunch of beds.
Is it designed for like solo travelers kind of, or like?
Yeah, like it's just like you all sleep in like a big room with a bunch of beds. So like.
So these are random people you stay with?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
And you can reserve like
that's
other
fucking
rooms, but like
sick.
yeah, you just stay with random people, and like especially places like I don't know, like the issue is like sometimes maybe they're not safe or they're this or they're that, but like
I'm sure
for the most part you can certify and.
Dude, I don't know if my parents would ever let me do this. Like I low-key want to do this.
Yeah, I mean I think my mom, having gone through a lot of this herself, you know, made it like
she's big into this stuff
too. She was pretty like she did a lot of travel when she was younger, which is probably why I'm so into it. But
dude, this looks fun.
It makes it like okay and chill, I guess. But so we'd stay at a hostel, right? And like the first night we had like I don't even know, but like you know we're in this room with everybody, but like you get to meet
just
people.
meet these people. Okay.
And the hostel had like a happy hour every night.
Your speaker's still going, right?
Yeah.
Okay, bad.
Hello.
Okay,
Yeah, it is going.
I guess stressed.
It had like a happy hour every night, and so like we like the first night, before my other friend was doing an internship in Indonesia all summer, which is crazy.
Indonesia's beautiful.
Me and the other friend had flown to Japan together, and we got there on Thursday in the afternoon, and my other friend didn't get there till Friday at night, and so we had just the night to do everything. And we'd both been to Tokyo before. Be very lucky of us to had be our second time there, so we were able to just do like we didn't have to do all the touristy crap. We just got to do whatever we wanted for the first day, and just like we just went out like further out into like outskirts to these like random ass neighborhoods and shit. It was a lot of fun. But at night we're like we don't have the most to do. Let's see this happy hour. And like a lot of the times like with hostels, because like I've done like other trips like into hostels, like just like ask the people who work there, hang around and see who stays, and like just do shit with people. So we went out. We met these 2 guys, right? Went out with them. We went out with them and the other people in the hostel. Like I want to say it was 4 nights in a row.
The bars?
Bars, clubs, dinner, whatever it was,
What's the drinking age in Japan?
Huh?
What's the drinking age in Japan?
It's 20. But I never drank in Japan at all. But no, I mean, like, I didn't even, like, most of the time, like, it wasn't, like, that shit. It was just, like dinner or something like that, right? Or just play card games there, just talk to people the whole time. So we went out, like, 4 nights in a row. I'm talking, like, these, like, happy hour time, which, like, whatever you're doing, if it's not drinks, like, we just went because that's when people would gather there, right? And it was, like, 4 to 6 p.m. Yeah, they just had some like, crazy drink deals. So, like, a lot of, like, people would go. And, like, most people are, they're over 20. They're, like, different age than us. Some of us are 20, so, like, it was just fun. But, like, that'd be, like, 6 p.m. We'd all get dinner, go to, like, a bar or two, and then go to a club. So, it's like, we'd be together, like, 6 p.m. like 2 a.m., like, 4 nights in a row. So, it's, like, a lot of hours. Just, like, these random people from across the world, all, like, we were the youngest, other than, like, 2 other kids. We met 2 other guys that were 19, but, like, they were with some older people. And then up to, like, 25-ish. So, it was, like, some people from the U.S., like, one girl from Vanderbilt, like, one of the 2 guys that was in that group. But, like, those 2 guys, like, I guess we just talked to them a lot, like, just really hit it off with them. Like, 4 days later, after we left Tokyo, we went to stay around, like, Fuji.
Oh, that's
and
beautiful area. Like,
those other 2 guys they got a rental car, picked us up the morning after our night there, and we just drove around the Fuji region for the whole day. And I'm like,
such a nice area.
We just got 2, like, random guys we just met to pick us up in a rental car from here and bring us back to Tokyo and spend a whole day with us.
It's
like,
far too,
around.
like an hour or 2, right?
And a week and a half later, when I was in Osaka, I met up with those 2 again, and we went out for a night with all the people they'd made on some, like, tour, and I brought out, like, 2 people from our hostel.
That's sick, dude.
And we, like, still, like, kind of keep in contact with them and talk to them because they travel so much, so it's just interesting to talk to them about it.
Yeah.
Like, one of them, he was like an engineer in the Navy for, like, a while, like, on one of those giant ass aircraft ships, like, out in the middle of the ocean, and he just, like, now he's, like, quit his job or whatever. He has enough money, so he has been traveling since January, and he's going to travel until the end of next summer.
Wow.
And he's been, like, everywhere. He's been, like, South America right now. He's been in East Asia. He was in East Asia, like, I think other than, like, a little bit of, like, last May-ish when he was in, like, Europe, from, like, last January till now, he's still, like, I don't even know where he is right now. But he's
That's
just
so sick.
It's like, I don't even know. So it's just cool with me. So I was proud of myself.
That is a great one.
That was like a 10-minute point.
That's a great one to fucking put out.
Yeah, proud of myself to make that happen, to just experience that. And now, like, I know I want more of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, we should travel together sometime. I'd be so down.
Dude, I know. That's like half the game is finding people that will go with you.
I'll go, man.
And the other half the game is if you don't,
go yourself.
Go yourself.
Which I'm down to do, bro. Or maybe I'll go by myself.
Yeah. No,
like
you just don't have enough time. And, like, end of the day, it was like, I realized that, like, going out like that, if you were much older than, mid-20s, it's just not the same when you're traveling like that. Like,
it's not.
I think in different places of the world it's different, right? Like, certain places I don't need to see when I'm 20, right? Because, like, there's not, like, a crazy, going out at night scene or just, this, like, thrill you can have there. It's like, maybe it's just skiing or seeing the mountains and seeing these natural things. And that's, like, you can do that at all ages. But I think there's a lot of places that are, like, really, like, you need to see it when you're young because, like, that's just when it's lively. That's just when it'll be the most fun. And, like, I feel like that's why I feel, like, a lot of pressure to, like, travel as much as I can right now.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted. Like, maybe, like, next spring I was planning something. So,
yeah.
I should do something.
We'll see. We'll see. I know. I'm trying to get the money for that first. That's the issue. Is what I'm saying. Is, like, I don't know. But yeah, what was one thing you would
proud about?
Yeah.
I think probably for me the biggest improvement I made since our last podcast is investing a lot more time and money into my appearance. Because I've come to realize how important that is. When you interact with people, like having, there's a lot of skills you can develop, and they're all important. But then, like, people's first impression of you when they see you is very important.
Yeah.
Whether that's through friends or through, like, jobs or even with girls. Like, I never, like, put enough time into my physical appearance, and I put a lot more time into that recently. So whether that's upgrading my wardrobe or, like, putting more time into, like, my facial hair and my hair on my head. But putting more time into physical appearance, I think it's improved my life significantly, and I'm glad I finally took the time to do that.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to show you, like, what I look like in our last podcast.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. No, I agree. I was gonna say I actually really like your outfit today.
Thank you, man.
So I dig it.
Like, You look great as always.
I look like, I don't know. I feel like I look a little bit more
But
slouched.
I think I look really different than that.
You do look different. The hair is different.
The hair
I
is
like
so
your hair
short.
in both of them.
You do? You
Like,
like that hair?
I think that's like a nice like slick look. I think this looks like probably a little bit better.
More normal.
But I think either one's fine.
Well, in
think
this
it's hard to go
one,
wrong.
I have the pedo stash on, really short hair. I personally don't like the short hair that much.
Yeah, no.
It makes me look kind of scary almost, like a bandit.
Like a bandit.
And my shirt is just like
That's
not
funny.
really well fitted, kind of weird, middle schooler kind of fit. So it's like
That's
I put
like
more
part
time
of like
into it.
that's like nice to have your own podcast. Is like you just like see how you would like change.
Yeah.
I feel the same. Like I went through like a similar thing like at some point like, but like I feel like I enjoy looking different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because like I feel like a lot of people it's like like don't stress yourself too hard. Like don't like just conform to what everybody wants to just like try to look good. But like that's like not what it's about. It's about like feeling confident, right? And just like enjoying the way you look and feel. Yeah, that's a good point too. Like I feel like the last 6 months I've focused a little bit less on that.
We all
But,
got
like,
different.
at some other point in my life in the last like 2 years, I've had that same like thing.
We're all on a different path, man. All on a different adventure.
Yeah.
All right, number 2 for you.
Number 2. All right. I feel like I don't know. This is like gonna be kind of broad, but like I feel like I just kind of go through life with who I'm around, right? Wherever it is, Michigan at home, who's like right around me, right? And I feel like the last like 6 months between like I don't know, like first semester last year was just a bit different between like joining the frat, between like I don't know, break up with girlfriend, between.
Oh, you guys broke up?
There's no way you didn't know this.
I
I've
didn't
definitely
know.
told you this like 10 times. Like,
When did this happen?
this is last January, dude. This is
Whoa.
Like, yeah.
Last-
There's no way you didn't know this. All right.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
or
that.
February. Like, all right, they're around that time. Anyway.
I can't believe I didn't know that.
That would have been like, yeah, it was like right about the podcast time. I don't know. But anyways, between that.
I guess you haven't had like a real conversation since then, besides in between sets.
Yeah, no, I know. Like, sit down. This is like very
Yeah.
different than, normal conversation.
Yeah.
But between like the first semester where I like had that whole going on, between like, that, between joining the frat, between, just being home even less than the previous semester and all that, like really trying to like connect with everybody in my life that I like want to stay connected to has been like a big like goal for me. Cause I'm not the type of person that grew up like calling my grandma like 5 times a week, you know what I mean? Or whatever it is. So like I've just been like really focusing on like my few cousins, my grandparents, like those people, just like staying in contact with them, with my brother. Like we grew up and we're always around each other, but it's always that love-hate brotherly relationship where only 2 years apart. But like actually trying to like check on him in his life and like what's going on with my sister as well as like not being around somebody. Like I've learned that like I have to put like it doesn't have to feel like more effort, but it is more effort into like staying connected with those people. So I feel like I've just done a lot better job like just reaching out to people. Like I feel like I forget about it. Or I'm like, oh my god, like it's already been like a month since I called person XYZ. So I feel like it's hard to like concretely say that one thing I did, but like I think just kind of like in my mind hammering down those friends, family that I want to stay connected with, and like making the effort to like every week, every 2-3 weeks, like give them a call, text them, just see what's going on, just to like stay updated. So I don't have that like all of a sudden it's been a year and I haven't talked to this person. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's never been like a thing I've thought about in my life. Is I'm always just like going through it and like talking to who I talk about, but I just like forget.
It's a really good one.
Like it's not like I'm trying to forget about people. I'm just so busy. There's so many things going on, but like I don't know. Yeah.
That's a really good one. I can kind of relate to that as well. Because, I mean, for you, probably, you're so used to seeing them all the time around you, the people you care about the most.
Yeah.
And for the first time in your life, you're, like, in a different world.
Yeah.
So, because I've been kind of away from home since sophomore year of high school because I went to a boarding school. And, like, I
forgot about that. I only learned that, like, a week ago or some shit. Like,
You
it was,
learned
like,
that a week
very
ago?
recent. Like, you'd mentioned it, and I was like, I didn't realize that was a boarding school.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah.
I was terrible at that stuff until recently. Like, I'd still call my dad and mom every now and then, but, like, usually they call me first. I'm like, oh, I got shit going on. I got wrestling practice. I got podcasts, whatever. I'm busy.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't want to talk to them. It's like making the time to do it.
Yeah.
I'm realizing like more and more now like how important it is. Like obviously I still want to talk to them, so it's like important for me too. But it's also just like, I mean, calling your grandma for 60 seconds, like for her it makes her day, right? So it's like, I've realized the importance of that more, and I'm doing better about like doing that every day. I think the last couple months I've done it better.
That's what I mean. And it's not like, because over summer it was different. I was back home, you know, things like that, and you know, people your age, it's a little bit different. Like it's my college friends. I don't think I need to talk to all you guys like a ton during the summer, because I know I saw you a few months ago. I'm gonna see you in 2 months, and we're gonna be together a lot, right? Yeah. But like a grandparent, it is like I have so much more going on in my life than they do. So like realistically, so it's like when all of a sudden it's been a month, to me that feels like, wow, like it was just yesterday. Like even though so much has happened in between, like time wise, like it just doesn't feel like that long, but like to them it does. So like I don't know. And I'm not like perfect about it. I definitely like with finals and shit. The last like few weeks has been like kind of bad.
Yeah, it's good you're thinking about it, man. I'm sure you've done a lot better. It's good you're trying out there.
But yeah, I feel like even just like thinking about it just makes you do better, because like you realize it is pretty easy to just like sometimes it's genuinely just like that reaching out that matters more than like the extent of the conversation you have sometimes, you know. It's just like saying, hey, what's up?
I just want to hear your voice, man, at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Just hear a little bit of what's going on.
It's like I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm like, yeah, just decent terms with people.
That's good.
Not that it was on bad terms, but like,
yeah,
I don't know, kind of up to date somewhat.
I like it, man.
Yeah, what's your second?
Second one, probably just the gym, dude. Like my attitude toward the gym before was more like go with the flow, go to failure, lift heavy, right? But honestly, I think my friend Angelo and Charlie both helped me with this, where they both kept nudging me to track. I'm like, dude, it's gonna ruin the gym for me, like tracking my weight each time. But I started doing it, and I have this app on my phone called Liftoff, where like I track my weight on there, and it honestly changed my life, because every week I want to beat what I did last week. So it's like, if that's one more rep on one exercise, one more rep on one exercise. If that's like 80s for 6 on biceps to 80s for 7, it's that. All of a sudden, like for the first time in my life, I've gotten really strong. Like I used to be relatively strong, but I was kind of just like hanging out here, like, because like it's hard to remember what you did last time on fucking pec deck 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, dude, my numbers on everything are like shooting
you actually
up.
know.
I can full stack the leg extension. I can almost full stack the hamstring curl machine. I can curl so much more than I used to. I can do triceps strong. Like all my muscles have significantly increased, like their strength, and I'm like, it's a good feeling to be able to do that. And it's like, it made me realize like how much of my potential I wasn't tapping into, and literally just the psychological effect of tracking it improved my strength. It wasn't even that I did something specifically, like take a steroid to increase my strength. It's literally a psychological trick of tracking it. Makes me want to beat my previous self, which made me advance in everything. Every week. So I'm really proud about that.
No, that's a great goal. I think, personally, I've been like, not like hit or miss on the gym. When I've done it, like, you know, for summer until I started traveling, it was like 12 weeks straight through, like doing it 5 days a week, very like on it, right? And like since school started, other than like 1 week I missed for finals, and then like this week for finals, and like probably the next week or so, I've been like on it. I've been doing it 5 times. I've been like pretty serious about it, like eating. Like for me, I guess the part of the gym that I've been getting better at is eating. And I don't have like, not that you have like a need, but like I don't have the same need to like get marginally stronger right now. Like I'm doing it right now just for like health and because I enjoy it. I enjoy, you know, doing that. And I do think I'm getting like a little bit stronger. Definitely not as much as I would if I started tracking everything. I think it'd be different. And I think I'm the type of person that like you, like if I started tracking, it would be like I can't even if I'm not like, you know, way better than last week, it's gotta be 1% better. Like I can't be getting worse at the absolute best, you know, like I can't be
surprised,
like dropping
one
weights.
rep on one random exercise that compounds like holy shit.
Yeah, all of a sudden next week it just feels easier and easier and easier, and it's so like I made like a whole like my personal like workout plan like at the beginning of the summer, just so I was like making sure I was like doing everything, because I hate when I walk in the gym and I'm like I used to like that, just like I can do what I want. But now I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm missing things, or like when all the machines are taken, I end up not doing something, or I don't know what I'm doing, and it's like I just need to go in with a plan. I'm like, these are the things I'm going to do today. Just get it done.
I love it.
Rep ranges are, you know, more subjective. It's kind of what you want, what you need, what you feel in the moment. But I don't know. So I think I'd say, you know, next semester, like, you know, I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to be able to like do that every week, like week in, week out, because like end of the day, it is more of like a health thing right now. I'm not trying to get like crazy big. Like I don't need to.
Everyone has their own goals.
And I know that like I have my exams and things in between other projects. Like those things come first right now, you know. And I think, you know, and honestly, like most of the time, like a week off isn't gonna like destroy anything, right? Like you should be fine. And even if it's, you know, so it's. Yeah, but I definitely don't want to get out of the habit of like going to the gym every week.
Yeah, dude. As long as we're going, bro, that's all that matters. Like everyone has their own goals with it. Some people make it their whole personality.
Absolutely.
Some people want to help.
No, and I actually like I don't know because I feel like it's pretty easy to like, you know, just like go off of like looks and like how things is going, right? Because like if you don't track weight and you don't measure your reps and everything, right? But like I don't know, like a lot of things like I definitely am like a lot stronger than I was like a year ago.
Let's go, man.
Yeah, just like look a little bit better. So it's just nice. It's just nice to see a little bit of that payoff.
Is that your third one?
I'll say my third one is that like making the workout plan and like doing that and just seeing you know some of those results combined with the just like eating better.
Yeah.
My roommates would shit on my diet so
Is it like healthy eating? Or
yeah.
Eating more? Okay.
It's healthy eating. Well, like I'm definitely eating a lot of like protein and stuff, but I'm not like bulk eating. Like I'm not trying to like calories because I did that last year. Like last year, like because like all my like high school I'd done soccer and track and shit. And it's like there was a point in high school where it was like I'd wake up in the morning, I'd go to the gym, then like after school I'd have track and like for 2 hours, and then like after that I have soccer practice. So it's like the amount of like running and athletics I was doing, like I was like very like
that's great
for my weight, you know, like very dynamic. Like I could do a pistol squat, I could do all that, but I wasn't like outrageously strong or anything. And I definitely wasn't too big because I'm burning so many calories.
That's wild.
Like I gained like first like 2 months of college, I gained like 15 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that because I went to a doctor at some point in the middle for like 15. A flu shot or something, and I was like 170 like 3 in college. But like when I left for the summer, I was like 158.
Wow.
I remember that like specifically. I was like 173 because I don't track my weight. I was like, what the fuck?
Brother, think the freshman 15 was real.
No, I know. I thought that shit took like a whole year to load in, not like 2 months or like a month and a half. It was crazy. But I was always like that was like a good thing. Like I feel like I look just a bit, I don't know, a bit older. So, but like some of these things is like, you know, if 3 years ago I would have been like looking down on myself for not looking like some like macho man, which I'm not still, and I probably will not be for a while, if ever. But some things just come with time, and like obviously you have to be consistent with yourself, right? But like, yeah, like I feel like, you know, maybe my number 3 is just like, you know, being more consistent with that, and you know, knowing that like those results will come, even if it takes a while, we'll get there. Yeah, my diet of just a shit ton of beef and chicken.
Oh yeah,
some veggies.
Let's do it, man. My third one, I mean, it definitely has to be ROOKI because I've always wanted to start a project on my own, and I kind of been pushing it off for a while. And I think it was kind of the perfect timing where like I needed to start something in my life.
Yeah,
I need to get in that motion, and I think this is the right thing at the right time for me because whether this is the thing that makes it out 5 years from now, makes it my whole life, or it's just the thing I get experience with for a few years, like it is what I need in life right now. It is fulfilling. It's giving my life a little more purpose outside the podcast. Something else to care about that I can see like fully win and like do well and build people around it, achieve things, and I have a lot working on it. And I think it's like the perfect time and the great chapter of my life. And I'm excited to see where it can go. But I'm glad it was able to get the kickstart going in these last 8 months. Like it's been a big part of life, and I love it. So
yeah.
Number 4.
Number 4. All right, 2 more. Let's think. I feel this is gonna be like a pretty all these are pretty broad, like
whatever
just
comes
like
to
life
mind,
goals.
dude.
But yeah, this like the next one is like between joining the frat, between learning the whole like traveling a lot and solo traveling, and between, you know, new clubs, ROOKI, these new things, just meeting all these people. Like I feel like I've just gotten so much more like confident in myself, my ability to talk to people, and just like learning how to like meet people and do that. Because like I don't know, I feel like I was always just like way more of like a shy person, or like I had like way more of an idea that like people always have this like opinion about you, that like everything you do and say matters a lot, which like it does, but like not to the point of like just not speaking or not doing things because like you're afraid of like embarrassment or like what somebody thinks, and like I don't know. So I feel like I've just gotten a lot better at like being more not totally just outward, but like able to connect with people. Like, I'm a lot more open to that, I guess. And I feel like a lot more of my life now revolves around, like, you know, like, which new people am I gonna meet? Like,
That's great.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I've known you, it was always easy to talk to you. Like,
Yeah.
you're a very sociable person. And I guess a lot of that's also internally, like, your mindset toward being social, too. Of, like...
That's like, part of it is.
Like,
yeah,
more confident, like allocating more time to the importance of it as well. So
yeah,
I'm glad to see you go in those ways.
Yeah.
Like, I do feel like it's one of the most important things in the world. Like,
absolutely. I still need to work on networking. I just do not want to have to do that.
I hate that word. Pisses me off.
Because it's such a like forced feeling. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, you got to talk to that person.
Yeah.
If you want this internship, you got to email them.
Yeah,
you got to do
that.
this. I get it. I get why it is a thing. I get it. It makes sense. And I get that, like, if you really want something, it should come natural. It should be easy. But some things it doesn't. And maybe that's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a sign. But, all right, what's number 4 for you?
I think the next thing that comes to mind is my work efficiency. My work ethic as well has increased a lot this summer and this school year.
Yeah.
I was able to coast a little bit last year because my classes weren't super hard.
Yeah.
So I had like this crazy eating schedule of like 4 times a day, which I'm actually back on now. But like I would do 4 meals a day and like go to the gym. And between that, like I'd only work in like these short blocks. Like, okay, I have an hour here, let me work. Hour here, let me work. And I was always good about productivity. Like I never look at my phone or anything. Like when I worked, I would lock in, but I would do like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then crash out and then go to something else, right? So I'd only work in short blocks, so I didn't get as much done in my time. And this summer was the first time where I want to train the skill of like working for long stretches of time and being productive the entire time. Like, how many deep hours of work can I get in straight or in a day? And so I started that in August, where I would do like 2 work blocks a day of like typically 2 to 5 hours each. And I was just training the skill of like, how can I just work straight? And my best day was actually the week before Welcome Week when I was on campus, but no one was here yet, and I was working on ROOKI. I remember I sat down and I did a total of 8.5 hours of work in one day of like deep work, where literally if I got up to use the bathroom, I'd pause the timer. And all those 8.5 hours, I took 2 breaks. 1 bathroom break for 5 minutes, and I got right back to it, and then 1 food break, which took an hour and a half in between. So that means outside of the 8.5 hours, like maybe it took 10 or 11 hours, but there was 8.5 hours of like pure like attention focused work.
Wow.
And like I've not been able to match this instead, but it's like these days, like I can sit down at like 7, 8 and like work in Shapiro till like 12 or 1 and like not look up from my screen, have a timer on. So I think my efficiency has gotten a lot better this year. Yeah. I usually bring like to-go boxes or Chipotle with me, so I don't have to like waste time commuting to like a dining hall during that work block. And because of that, I'm able to get a lot more done with my time. I'm able to study a lot, get my homework done for like the next 2 weeks in one day. Like I usually focus on one subject at a time, so it's like last night I had 3 hours, so I was gonna like, okay, let me do 2 weeks worth of kind of homework, finish it all, right? So that way, like, more free time, I'm ahead of stuff, I can start studying for exams earlier. I think because of that, my grades have gotten much better as well. So I think my work efficiency has gotten much better this year. Yeah. I'm really proud of that. So
yeah, I think yeah, that's a good one.
That was 4,
I feel
right?
like yeah. I would say that's just my 5th, and I'd go off and it'd be like borderline the same. But I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to think of some more creative one. I feel like I'll just touch on it for a second. It's like, same deal. Like, I've had so much more going on. My classes are a lot harder. I have more extracurriculars. Having to find the time to do all those things doesn't work if you're not efficient with your time. And I've learned to just be like, all right, like, now I kind of like set my week out. I'm like, every day, like, these assignments are due, like, within this week and next week. These are the other things I need to do. Like, it doesn't, like, I know sometimes if you have a lot of time, it works to, like, complete things in different chunks. Like, I'm going to try this. Oh, I can't get it. Let's go to office hours. Let's do this and that. But now I'm trying to just, like bang things out, like, by the day. I'm like, you know what? If I can complete this, this, and this, like, it's a successful day. Like, it's great. And I've been doing that. And, like, I've only had, like, a few, like, failures of a day this whole year. But, like,
that's great.
What's a few failures when, like, every other day you're getting everything done? So, like, there's obviously 100 things I'm not doing it every day, like applying to internships. But a lot of other things are getting taken care of. So
how's that going for you?
I mean, honestly, I hadn't done a lot until like the last few weeks.
Same here.
Like applying. I've started applying, but applying online to these roles is just, end of the day,
I hate it.
if it's a role you don't care about as much, then it makes sense to just throw your hat in the ring online like that. But if you care more, like I need to do a better job like trying to network beforehand, whether it's applying and then reaching out to alums that work there, recruiters that work there. I need to do a better job of that. Definitely kind of missed the I like kind of went to the career fair, but I didn't do as good of a job as I should have done. I didn't really know what to do. I probably should have prepared that out more, but things on my resume weren't really there yet. I wasn't in the right like headspace. Like I can't like knock myself too much for that. And I know there's like future ones coming up. End of the day, we're sophomores. After this year isn't as important as soon after next year. It's like there's a lot of like smaller different things I could do. And I do know that like I still have like a network of things I could fall back on if everything goes wrong. Like I could do research, or I could work for like these like few like more local like St. Louis like companies for engineering. So it's like I know it'll be fine, and that's like keeping me going. So now it's kind of like let's just go find like the coolest things I want to do, something that like would make trying to network with people actually worth it, because I'm not like used to doing that.
It's hard to find those things though.
It is, I know, because I talked to one of my cousins who like it's just ridiculous. He goes to CU Boulder, does biomedical engineering. He applied to 2 internships, like big companies, got 2 interviews and got 1. And I was like, how do I do this, right? I'm like, do you know Medtronic? I don't know if you know Medtronic. Yeah. That's like a big company.
I think I applied there. Wait.
He's a sophomore. He got that, or he's a junior now, but he got it this summer after sophomore year.
Yeah.
There was like 20 interns. He was the only sophomore. Everybody else was a junior. And I'm like, you mean to tell me you applied to Medtronic, one other place, you got interviews at both, and you got Medtronic as the only sophomore at that like Denver office?
That's crazy.
And I'm like, dude, like, I don't even know.
I mean, some people are just built like this different, you know.
I know. And he literally, I'm talking about it. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I met them both at a career fair.
Yeah, I applied Medtronic.
I talked to them both at the career fair. I had a good conversation. I gave them my resume. They both gave me interviews in those roles.
So the career fair.
Medtronic, I went off that, and I was like, but like, I didn't do much at the career fair. What am I gonna do? But I'm also like, you know, end of the day, I think I still have a pretty good resume.
Yeah. Like
I go to Michigan. Maybe, you know, and that's a very rare case that you only apply to 2 places and it works out, right? Yeah. Like, but like
most people.
I'm gonna use his tips, but like I can't go off that. Most people, like they tell you to do here, apply to 100 internships and you know see what works out. So like, I don't know, just kind of have to thug that out. But
that's where I'm at.
We'll get through it.
That's what I'm actually working on tonight. When I'm out of here, I'm getting food. I'm going to Shapiro. I'm doing.
I need to do homework, but I was originally trying to do it like every day, just a little bit, and now it's becoming more of a task on the week. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like this week.
If you sit down for a good amount of time, one day you can get a lot done.
That's because the issue is I can't do it in a short amount of time. You know, it takes a little bit of time to do these things, and I know I'm kind of like the balance between just like trying to apply fast, apply to a lot of them, right? Because I don't have all the time this week to sit down and for 10 hours and just apply to these things, right? The balance between that and the balance between like I really this like seems really cool. I want to take the time to write like a good cover letter, really adjust my resume and like hit it hard, and try to reach out to people to make that happen. I don't know, but yeah, like I have like zero idea because like I've heard of people like in like business like they just randomly shot an application, didn't contact anybody, and got an interview. And it's like, how would you do that?
Yeah.
But it's so yeah.
It's like it's confusing too. No one knows how this shit works.
Nobody does. No, yeah. I know. I'm like dude.
What was your 5th one?
I don't even think I
really said one. Oh, okay.
I was kind of like
got off topic. Yeah.
I was just yapping about work efficiency. Let me say my 5th one. I look, you do got to get out of here soon.
Yeah. Let me know.
Let's go through our 5th one.
Let's make it quick. Yeah. I held you up a long time.
No, it's fine. It's Yeah, I have time tomorrow and Friday. Like okay. I only have 1 class on Thursday. Well, I have 2, but I skip 1 every week.
Oh, tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a lot.
And Friday classes. I always skip 1 class, so I really should.
I gotta sleep on time today.
Yeah, but if I talk about traveling, talk about friends, family.
I like your list so far, though. It's a lot of cool. Like
no, I feel like it's just like a lot of it's like pretty well balanced, like moving forward skills in life and things that are gonna help me like maintain what I'm doing. Cause like without that like work efficiency and stuff like that and being connected to people, it's like doing this much every day would be just like horrendous. And if I didn't like what I was doing, I guess like it's like related to what we were just talking about, but just like my research over the summer, like I got it because I reached out to like 30 professors I got like 10 emails back. Like 5 of them said they only wanted grad students, even though their websites didn't say they only wanted grad students. So I was kind of like,
Ouch.
all right. And like, there's only like 3, and like only like 2 guys agreed to like meet with me, but one of it worked. That's all that matters. End of story. Got that. I don't know. It was like all online, but like, I don't know. I feel like learning to like actually like be productive with my coding. I feel like I just learned a lot of different things about it, and the professor was like really helpful in making sure I was learning along the way. Like what I was providing him was definitely a lot less than what I was getting out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he knew, and like he knows that like that's kind of the goal is like obviously like I can help and I can assist and I can do this and that, but like was a freshman, like I don't have like some crazy code knowledge. So I don't know, kind of proud of myself for just like doing that for like basically like 5.5 months. I think we're gonna write a paper like,
oh nice,
because like I'm really lucky, but the work I was doing is like it's like relatively advanced, but like the threshold of what I can do is only so high right now, like with my code knowledge and you know my lack of background knowledge in like this like field I'm working in with like RNA. But now my work's kind of being taken over by a grad student, which means the threshold of the end of the work is like way higher now, which is great because it's like I started all of that, like doing all this. So even if it gets there, I could still be like, I did all this, like started that. I mean, it's already something I can talk about, like everything I did concretely, but like, I don't know, at some point being able to write like, you know, contribute to a paper about that would be really cool. So just like the time, and it was like, I didn't like work on it every day. Like I'd work on it in like, you know, like you said, like 4-hour chunks, a few times a week, bang it out, do that. And like when I was gone traveling, like I'd still like, I wasn't doing as much working on it. It was a lot more like brainstorming because it just worked out that way that like I had the time. But I have to like, because I was in like Japan time, I'd have to get up at like 6 a.m. and meet with him, or like 11 p.m. at night and like be with my professor. So like, it's kind of like, you know, having a side hustle job, like that was like half of it is like, I'm doing this thing because I'm not in person. It's like, you really have to like, nobody's sitting there telling me to do it. I'm not in person being watched or anything. So it's like, learn to do this like stuff by yourself. Just like how interesting it was, just the coding stuff I was working on. Yeah.
Sure, man.
Just a good experience.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that like, you know, I don't know what else I would have done last like semester, like to like try to get an internship or something like that. But I guess I'm glad that I like went through that process of just like emailing 30 people and like figuring out it works out. Like that is like making me learn that like it's just not so scary to email somebody. Like emailing somebody should be super easy. Like you're not even looking at them in the face. Like they could ignore it and it doesn't matter at all, or they can say like, yeah, nobody's gonna say no to anything. They just would ignore it.
Some people say no. Actually, I've had some no's.
Well,
honestly, it's better because I think if
at least you know, right?
Think taking the time to respond. Like,
yeah,
it
yeah, okay. Or actually, I said some of those people just told me no, right?
Yeah.
But it's like it didn't matter because they weren't like mad at me. They were just like, yeah, sorry, we're not what we're looking for, right? So like, I don't know. I need to do that now with like this internship search, which is a little bit more stressful.
Yeah.
But
we'll keep each other accountable.
Yeah. All right. What's your 5th?
Okay. Yeah. Let's not linger too longer. Let me think.
I can see how with 10 of these it would take a long time.
Took a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much to talk about, you know. I would say like
good, like keeping yourself in check.
I've kind of talked about this before, but just to establish it, like I think my sophomore year of college, I've been living with so much spontaneity, attacking life head on, going with the flow of things. I'm a big overthinker. I like everything planned, predictable, controllable. It's an addiction. I don't know.
They're shutting the lights off.
And for me, that's always been like a problem for me because it's like it limits you when you try to make everything predictable, controllable. But letting loose, I started to do that last spring, but fully did that this semester. You realize that the thinking part of your brain is not the smartest part of your brain. Your intuition is smart too.
Yeah.
And maybe all the work I've done in improving myself has led to my intuition also improving itself. You just don't realize it. But it's like when I go on autopilot, my overthinking has decreased. My level of suffering from overthinking, like I would always fall on these like overthinking things every now and then, right? That's gone down significantly. I don't overthink anything. I go with the flow of things, and life treats you well. Life treated me well when I did that. Life's more fun. I'm happier. I'm always in a good mood usually, or when I'm in a bad mood, I don't let it bother me. because before I was in a bad mood, I would try to figure out the reason why.
Yeah.
That's where the suffering comes from, right? When you're just trying to answer, like that was like I just let it go and it just goes away.
Yeah.
And it's like you start to realize that, you know, you don't have to control everything. Just go with the flow, and life's been great. So I think I'm glad I found that, and I hope we can keep going with the flow of things for the rest of life and see where that takes us. But that's how I'll close it out. Number 5.
All right. Yeah, I feel like that's a good way of putting it. Like I've been telling Ted this all year. I was like, you know, obviously the first pillar is you know, dad lore max, right? As much dad lore as you can accumulate every single day, every single week, every single month. But the second part of that is like, I feel like some people say this, but like just in general, like I feel like I've been too like nonchalant, but I feel like nonchalant is just kind of another word for being like a little bit more reserved and like laid back. And even if it looks cool or whatever, like I don't think it is that cool. Like I think at times like maybe, but like or like it could be useful, like just, you know, not being like crazy talkative, just sitting back and listening. But like 2025 is the big year of being extra chalant, extra charismatic. That's the goal.
I love it.
Extra.
I can see that, Connor Woods, extra chalant.
I need my dad lore, and I need to learn how to be chalant. That's the goal.
Yeah, Connor. It's a good podcast. It's a podcast about making life worth living.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of like, because like I figure our last one was like, I don't know, it was like relatively different.
What do we talk about?
It was like AI,
space.
Yeah, you had that
TikTok,
TikTok ban, DeepSeek. I feel like this was much more about like.
Global.
This was a lot about like global things, and like I talked a lot about like traveling and stuff.
Yeah, last time we talked about traveling.
We talked a lot about like future technology.
Yeah, so we have U.S. reliance on China, energy and oil fracking, meeting Sam Altman.
Yep.
Robots, conscious ages of AI, alien civilization discovery. I don't remember that at all.
Wow, I need to rewatch this.
Can evolution explain origin?
This is fun for me to come on multiple times because now I can go back and rewatch my own thoughts from 6 months ago.
That's what I love about this.
That's great.
Oh, the wallet challenge. Fuck the wallet challenge. I hate that
Podcast
shit.
evolution, poster signing, wallet exchange.
I'll have to this is one of my favorite ones, actually. I mean, like, this is like I remember this one being really good.
No, I remember just like, I don't know. I didn't know what I expected. You know, I was kind of like, am I going to be able to yap for like 2 hours? Like, what am I even going to say? But like,
fucking analyzing the space shit, aliens.
Dude, I'm going to try to find that freaking transistor thing right now. I swear to God.
Yeah, bro.
I don't care. I just need to show you this just for like pure like coolness of it.
What are we talking about? Let's see. Okay, there's no audio. That's fine. Anyways, Connor, I don't want to hold you. Pleasure as always. I like doing these usually with like once a semester with people because that's usually enough time to be like, okay, what's changed in life?
No. If you do it too soon, you know, things are different.
I've done that, and it's like if we did this 2 weeks from now, the podcast would be terrible. Like,
yeah.
I've had like amazing podcasts, and I do it with the same person 2 weeks later. I'm like, wow, this is so dry. But let's run it back next winter.
Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
See what's
next
new in
winter.
life.
I feel like
I'm excited to see how we change and grow and.
I feel like, yeah, I'm not going to set a timeline on it, but I feel like late winter before summer starts would
whenever
be good
the time's right.
Because that would be like I feel like end of the school year, I know what sophomore year was like, what happened, and I hopefully know in end of March or April what I'll be doing in the summer.
Yeah.
So to be like, this was the year, this is where I'm going.
It'll be a good time with the timeline. Yeah. You know, when the time's right, either I'll hit you up, you'll hit me up, and be like, yo, I think time's right. Let's do this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Connor. Pleasure. Let's get you signed in the
Thank
poster.
You. It's great.
Again.
Dude, I'm finding this thing.
Okay, number
I found it like a week ago.
I think.
Actually, let me